Okay. Sorry, it sounded like I couldn't really hear anything. I couldn't hear I turned my microphone on. I couldn't hear anything, so that's why I don't know if you could tell I was bopping it a little bit. Hi everybody. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Oh, wait. There we go. Hopefully everybody's doing well and feeling well. Let's see. Ryan, Dragoon, Ronan, Logan, Sentinel in the hunt with a tier 1 subscribe for 40 months. Thank you so much, Sentinel. Shadow Knight. I feel like I sound weird. It sounds weird in my ears. Marcos, who do we got here? Stone, Flipnote, Jerf, what's going on? I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope you're feeling well. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you are, listen. Sajman, thank you so much. In the home with a tier 1 subscribe for 9 months. We're having a baby. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. No, 9 months. They pulled you out. It's But thank you so much, very much appreciate that. Oh, that triggered a hype train. So if you have a sub that you're ready to upload or renew, or you get some gift subs or bits, especially if you got some bits, feel free to do so right now. It's Friday after working 7 days straight. I'm tired. All right, well, it's time to relax. Time to relax a little bit. Well, assuming your work shift is done, it's time to relax a little bit. Listen, this isn't something I'm doing on purpose. All right. I really do plan to sit down for these Final Fantasy 16 streams because we've been playing for a while. I really do plan to sit down, chat a little bit, and then get into the game. It is not my fault. I am not doing it on purpose. That for some damn reason, stuff is just happening. It just keeps happening. I don't know what to do, man. Hold on, let me go back up here. Dramatic music swells and the console war rages on around us. Finally, a lone business executive steps up, bloodied on his last legs. The Switch 2 is real. My new debit card didn't arrive today, so that's great. What's up, gamers? What a normal day with nothing terrible going on. Who's the biggest Chad, Cloud, or Zidane? I don't know. It's been a while since I played 9, so I don't know if I have a good frame of reference for that. What a quiet day for gaming. Nothing going on. Cute Microsoft thinking slide up their bad news while everyone was distracted by Nintendo's financial report. No, I think what's really cute is Microsoft's other move that they just made, or the tweet that they. When did they post this tweet? When did they? I don't know when. When did this article go up? I saw the Wario 64 tweet went up 3 hours ago. So can we bully Microsoft like how Sony was now? I mean, Wario. Can we be honest here? Did we stop bullying Microsoft? Wait, was there a moment there where we weren't picking on Microsoft at some point? Do you think Sega released the Sonic 06 remaster? Oh, I have no idea. That's Sonic news is not my forte, we shall say. I can't believe they announced an announcement. Who's ready to feel the burn with the new fiery tank? Yeah, I know. An Uncrustables ad. Well, that was different. Let me go back up here. Was this EA's Final Fantasy? Do we want to start with the cool news or the bad news? I mean, we'll hold on. Let me get through these comments here, and then the fiery Xbox controller. Is this it here? Is this the control? I have the tweet up for the controller. Yeah, I have that one up. What else did Microsoft do? Head into bed with FX and play Hi-Fi Rush. Absolutely, Shadow. Thank you so much, Shadow. I appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, I'm not doing this on purpose. All right, I'm not trying. Like, this news just keeps happening, and it keeps getting in the way of us playing Final Fantasy 16. So my apologies to Final Fantasy 16. But we got a few pieces of news today. One of them we kind of knew something was going to happen. I swear I say things sometimes, and I wish that I, like, not to be arrogant, but I kind of wish that I could, like, remember when I said it. We got some news about Nintendo. Nintendo had their financial report, and they talked about everything. I didn't see the numbers. The one thing I didn't see about the Nintendo event. It's not really an event. It's a business meeting. The one thing, Shadow, thank you so much. Shadow977, thank you so much for the 100 biddies. Very, very much appreciate that. For the hype train. Hype train's almost wrapping up. We got Hank Hill Gamer t-shirts. Oh boy, I need Bobby Hill Gamer t-shirts. So we got the Nintendo news. I didn't see the numbers. I didn't see the actual tally numbers for where the Switch sales are right now. I think I saw numbers for like software sales, just overall in general. But I didn't see anything for the year to date. I know that we would have crossed. I say we, like I made money off of it. I know they would have crossed the 140 million mark, which is, kind of wild. I do think that that's kind of insane that we're at that point with that system, and it's still not the best selling system, but I do think that it can be. I know that there's a lot of people that don't think that that's the case. It's about at 141-ish million. Hey, hype train complete at level 2 with 69%. Nice. Safe to say we're mostly Team Red here. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. It's about 141 million-ish. Posted the total sales unit. Where did you? Okay, follower form. Here we go. Click the follower form. There we go. So this is the software sales. Do you have the? Is this the? Oh, so this is everything here. Nintendo profit. I'm not worried about their profit. I'm worried about the actual I'm worried about the hard sales numbers. Well, not worried, but I'm curious about the hard sales numbers. I mean, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, right? We knew, you know what I mean? Animal Crossing, that I saw that we I mean, that's so wild, man. Is that Animal Crossing? It's hard to see this. Open browser. Hold on. Open in browser. Mario Kart 8 at 62 million. Let's call it 62. It's 61,970,000. I think we can safely call that 62 million at this point. Animal Crossing at 45 million. Insane. It was in my calendar and everything. The numbers were good, especially for the new titles. Princess Peach Showtime hit 1.22 million in 10 days. Smash Brothers Ultimate 34 million. Zelda Breath of the Wild at 31 million, which is interesting. Breath of the Wild at 31 million. Tears of the Kingdom at 20 million. That's I mean, obviously Breath of the Wild had it had some help. It didn't have a lot of competition around it at the time. That game released and it was one of the launch titles. I feel like there are a lot of people who probably didn't like Breath of the Wild. They didn't like the open world Zelda, so they didn't bother with Tears of the Kingdom. So that's not surprising. I don't think. And obviously Breath of the Wild has had years on Tears of the Kingdom to sell. But 20 million in less than a year, technically, that's really good. That's pretty good for that game. Mario Odyssey at 27. We'll call that 28 million. Pokemon Sword and Shield at 26 million, 25 million for Scarlet and Violet. Super Paper Mario, 20 million. Where is Mario Party Superstars? Mario Party Superstars at let's call that 13 million. Most Zelda game pre Breath of the Wild never cracked 10 million. 20 million is phenomenal for Zelda. That's incredible. I think I finished my replay of Persona 5 Royal on Switch because I have no idea how to beat Okumura boss. Tears of the Kingdom is still at 20 million, which is what was reported before. Yeah, I mean, it's still technically within the first year. These numbers would have gone up to the end of March. So we're still technically within the first year of Tears of the Kingdom, and 20 million that's really impressive. I really know Nintendo hit the Switch goals they gave last year, and they apparently expect to sell 15 million this year. And they tend to be conservative, so that begs the question as to what they have planned. And that's sort of something that I on Stealth had a post earlier today, and I commented, and I know that there's some naysayers out there. There's some people that don't think that it can break the 155, that it won't sell that many more. And the reality is, we're still talking about a system that the base system is still $300. You know what I mean? Hold on. The base system is still $300. The OLED is still $350. The Lite is still what, $170, $200. If they announce when they announce the Switch 2, which obviously we're going to talk about, when they announce the Switch 2, depending on when they choose to do it, if they pair it with the system with the original Switch price drop, and you have some good sale, especially if you do it through the holiday season. I really think I would not be surprised, because I know that, and like I said, we're going to talk about the Switch 2, but I know that one of the points of speculation now, because now that they've actually said it, you know, now there's going to be some speculation, and I think one of those points is going to be when they say it. Depending on when they do that and what they do to accompany that with the original Switch, I think that's really going to make some big changes. I think that there's still people who, for them, the Switch is kind of, it's not worth it. It's $300. It's a whole new library of games. It's probably not going to be worth it for them to do. But if you drop the price, if you have a good sale on some stuff, I do think that you're going to see a jump in the sales. Obviously, Switch sales are declining because it's at the end of its lifespan. Now people are going to start being in the mindset of, I'll wait for the next one, especially if they say that it's going to be backwards compatible. So you're going to see the numbers drop off, but you're also going to see the numbers pick up depending on what it is that they do. Whatever it is they do with the original Switch system, that's going to affect the rest of the lifespan of the system. And again, whenever people say that, oh, it's not going to hit 155, or 160. Is it 160? I keep thinking it's 155. People keep saying that it's not going to do that. And they say it as if when the Switch 2 comes out, they're going to stop selling the Switch 1s. And no, they didn't do that with the 3DS and the DS. They didn't do that with the 3DS and the Switch. And I know that they were technically sort of different, but they also kind of weren't, you know. They're going to keep selling the Switch. And the Switch is going to keep getting first-party support for at least a year after the Switch 2 comes out, and it's going to get third-party support. It's going to have 150, 60 million units out there. Companies are not going to ignore that install base. They're not going to just stop making games for that system. That system's, in all honesty, I still think you see steady sales out of the Switch for at least 2 years. And that's if the Switch comes out this year. I still say you see system sales for at least the next 2 years. Relatively steady. Obviously lower, like it's going to stabilize at a lower point, but I still think it's going to be within, like, for the next 2 years at least, you're going to see systems. PS2 is about 160 million based on PS3 years, but it's hard to know since Sony stopped telling us the individual numbers at a certain point. And expected to hit 15 million, announced the Switch 2 news and coming in the year, so they don't seem to think that'll damage those planned sales. I don't buy any sales numbers that aren't officially reported. The new PS2 numbers aren't backed by any. It literally is just somebody randomly said it. Dragon, someone did a sales track of the first years of the PS3 and found a few million were indeed PS2s. We just can't estimate how much exactly, so it's closer to 160 than 155. I wonder, Ryan. I wonder if it turned into a situation where they weren't really paying attention to PS2 numbers because they were focusing on PS3. But I feel like you still had the problem. You still had the same situation where the last generation's console is still going to sell. And then the PS3 did have an issue because of the crazy price at the beginning. So people were probably just buying PS2s. They're probably just like, yeah, I want a new system, and the PS3 is too much money. I'm just going to get a PS2. It's not official info that Sony put out. They have interest in being having be accurate. So no one really talked about the new cap until recently. It does seem like it came out of nowhere, but it seems like it came out of nowhere, but I also don't see a reason for them to like intentionally fudge the numbers. So it really is just, okay, well, we'll see what happens. But you know, if the Switch hits 160, no one's going to care. I don't see a top in the DS. I mean, isn't 155 to 160 the highest one? The DS isn't the one to beat. I thought it was the PS2. Look at the past. When the PS3 came out, they stopped making stuff for PS2 instantly and didn't keep making games until 2018. And the Wii also stopped the moment the Wii U was announced and totally wasn't making stuff until 2021. Yeah, so it's going to keep selling systems. And again, Does it really matter? Not to us, but it's kind of cool to know. Hey Flash, I hope you're doing all right, Flash. I'm aware of some unfortunate news, so that's all I'm gonna say, Flash. But I hope you're doing all right. PS2 is the highest still, but Switch is likely to make it if Nintendo. Yeah, I think Nintendo's gonna make it. I think that Nintendo's gonna do it, and it's funny to me that people think that it's just not, and they might be right. They might, people might just drop off of the Switch completely. They might move on to the next system, and they might not care. But I think that it's funny that people think that it's not possible. That they're like, there's no way it's gonna sell them anymore. It's like, you don't think that one of the most popular systems in the world is gonna sell another 15, 20 million units in the next 3 years? It's selling 10 to 15 million units a year. Isn't the PS2 sales so high due to the U.S. Army? No. It's I know that I know what you're talking about. You're talking about there was a whole thing, Ronan, about how the hardware in the PS2 is strong enough that you could use it as a missile guidance system, and there was a whole big giant thing about that. No, I mean, we all know, we argue about the whole DVD player aspect of it, and I think most people agree with that. It's so high for a variety of reasons. DVD player doing super well in other markets, longevity in the minor markets, missiles, it's all there. The 3DS is dead, and it still sold 340,000 games. Completely unrelated, but here, the Winx Club reboot just had its first teaser. The franchise's life hinges on the reboot. Better be good. I'm not going to lie, Flash. I thought Winx Club already had the reboot. I literally thought that already happened. I won't say it's untrue. I'm sure to keep selling, but the fact that Sony didn't come out and say anything about it, even after this new info came out, makes me also feel. I don't think it's that relevant. I just think, in all honesty, Dragoon, it's like, okay, fine, 160. The Switch, I still think is gonna beat it. I still think the Switch is eventually gonna topple it. And again, that's we haven't had a price drop on the system yet. We haven't had any sort of significant revision or shrinking down of the system. We still haven't had those things that usually attribute to another jump in sales for a console. Did you see Sparkster got a release date of June 11th for the collection? It's only $30, which isn't bad compared to the cartridge prices. I thought we knew that it was $30. I didn't think we had a date, but I thought we knew that it was $30. Winx Club had a soft reboot, a really stupid one. There we go. It had a live-action Netflix show. Oh, I do not count that as a reboot. I don't count that as a reboot. I count that as a Netflix show. I count that as a live-action show. Even if it doesn't. Oh no, second. Yeah, right. Oh no, we were almost successful. Well, we did lose version 1 and the gray Joy-Con Switch. Oh, they don't sell like the gray console anymore? Are they all like the red and blue? They're all the special versions? That's why I paused at the info. It was Jim Ryan saying it. Yeah, as he was leaving. So, yeah, he basically, you're right. He did kind of walk out of the door like, by the way, we sold 160, not 155 later. It's like, wait. What did he say? Yeah, it's still unprecedented. I mean, it's unprecedented. It's not technically unprecedented. It's unprecedented for Nintendo. What was the DS, right? That was Nintendo's highest selling system, just flat out. It's definitely gonna beat that. I definitely think it's gonna beat the DS. So yeah, the DS at 154. 154. Okay. So guess what? I'm bedridden for the next few days. My right foot is in pain again, and now it's difficult just to get around the house. Oh, I'm sorry, Ronan. It's Ronan. It just feels like it's always something, man. I'm sorry. As long as you're. Let me ask you this: are you in, like, when you stay off of it? Are you in throbbing pain, or is it like if you stay off of it, you're fine? Because that's good. At least you'll be able to play some games. Sit down, watch some anime. I wouldn't say unprecedented. It had several of the top selling systems of all time. I mean, it's literally unprecedented if they've never sold that many. That's why I say if they hit 150, yeah, it's not unprecedented because the DS did it. But if they hit the second you're the highest selling system, you technically are in unprecedented territory for your company. It's not a big deal either way, honestly. Yeah, it just know someone. I need to find a tweet. Did crunch the numbers, and the number is to error the 160, not 155, based on the first few PS3 years. Ryan, they didn't find definitive proof. But I'm seeing if I can word this better here. They didn't find definitive proof, but they found reason to believe that there was an error. They found it's justifiable with what they found to say. You also can't prove that it wasn't 160. Like there is a large error here that you don't have the accurate numbers for. Like, right? Is that fair to say? I think that's more accurate. In which case, yeah, we don't know, but I'll go by 160. I'll play Jim Ryan's game and I'll go by 160, and I'll say that I'll call that the number to be. I look at it this way. At this point, 160 is the number to absolutely say, even with the error, it did it. Yeah, we found Sony hardware was X amount and Y amount was PS3s, leaving Z amount must be PS2s. So yeah, so I would say that's fair. I think that's fair to say. All right, so we found that there was found to be a potential discrepancy, and the actual sales numbers could be as high as 160, which just means that if the Switch sells 161 million, there's no question that it was the best-selling system. Now, at that point, you're probably... Well, no, because the PS2 would still technically be second. Even from the 155 to 160 range, it would still technically be second. Hey, CT. Yeah. There we go. The Switch sold 161 million, and Jim Ryan pops out of a hole in the ground. Like, wait a minute. It was actually 162. Yeah, we're not counting PSPs as PS2s, right? Yeah, no, CT, we're just counting all Sony DVD players are being counted as PS2s. There we go. Oh, man, the PS2 sold 700 million units. We put detective gear and follow the clues. So, with that being said, at the investors meeting, something that came up was a little bit of information here. Let me find the actual tweet here just so I can have the okay, I wasn't expecting that to be the first thing I saw. Hang on. Scroll. Okay. 7th Street, thank you so much. The Switch 2 is real One Piece meme. So, okay. So, at the meeting, apparently a statement was made or a statement was released. This is the statement here. It was translated from Nintendo Co. Ltd. So, this is their, I guess this is like the corporate side of their website or whatever, or of Nintendo. This is Furukawa, president of Nintendo. We will make an announcement about the successor to Nintendo Switch within this fiscal year. It will have been over 9 years since we announced the existence of the Switch back in March 2015. We will be holding a Nintendo Direct this June regarding the Nintendo Switch software lineup for the latter half of 2024, but please be aware there will be no mention of the Nintendo Switch successor during that presentation. Okay, so a few things to take away from here. First of all, Nintendo Direct in June, right? First of all, there's a Nintendo Direct in June. All right, so now that we've got that out of the way, and I know what's going to happen. It says it right here, and I know people are going to make the joke, but there's going to be people that legitimately do it. Yeah, no one was surprised, Ryan. It's a June Direct. No one's surprised. There will not be Switch 2 news in the Direct. So just get that out of the way. But it might as well be a company saying they're not going to show Silksong. You know there's going to be people that say, I can't believe they didn't talk about the Switch 2. And again, some people are going to make jokes. But you know there's going to be people that are legitimately upset. The clickbait videos are going to be annoying. Oh, God. Yeah, people will expect it anyway. Yeah, I appreciate the transparency. I do like that. So, first things first, what do we think? They're saying that they're going to announce it sometime this year. It doesn't say release. Right? Make an announcement about the successor to the Nintendo Switch within this fiscal year. So it doesn't say they're going to release it this fiscal year. Yeah, I woke up to GVG videos about the Switch too. They weren't the only ones. I had a bunch of people on my feed that did that. What do we think about the timeline here? Ryan, I'm kind of with you. Except for one reason, but there's evidence that reason isn't accurate. So I'm kind of with you. I'm thinking late summer, early fall announcement, early next year release. I think that they're going to try and replicate. This is what I thought they were going to do this year, which is they were going to last October announce the system and then this past March release the system. I think that's just going to be what they do this year, which is they're going to announce the system around September or October, and then next year, February or March, they're going to release the system. That's what I'm thinking. So it could be, realistically, Flash, this could be announced next January. Theoretically, this could be announced March of 2025. And that would still actually fall into it. I don't think that's going to be the case, though. I do think that this system releases this fiscal year. I think the release date will be more clear after the June Direct, because if I say announce Prime 4, I wouldn't be suspicious. I don't think they're going to announce Prime 4. I think that they're going to do it all at once. I think that Prime 4 is going to be the big system game. I think that Prime 4 is going to be the big game the way Breath of the Wild was. And I think that they're going to wait and they're going to announce it all at once. I think that you're going to get a big, gigantic 40-minute Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. And in that, it's going to show the release window games. It's going to talk about the features. And you're going to see a little bit about the games. And then you'll probably get another Direct in sort of like they did. I think they're going to try and replicate the same thing. And then in January, you get the chunky Direct that has more about the individual games. I think between late fall and spring. Just had a kid ask me for GTA 6. I told him, I don't know. How do you not know GTA? It's like, no, I know GTA. I just don't know when it's coming out, you moron. So how long do I have to save up? My guess would be next year. You know what I would say, Latimer? I would say save up your Christmas money. I would say that whatever money you get, if anybody gives you money for Christmas, I would say save that, and that's probably going to go towards your Switch too. Reveal in September, October. January presentation announcing the launch lineup, release in March or April. I think they're just going to replicate the Switch. Why not? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you replicate what at the time could possibly be the highest selling video game console ever? Unless Nintendo has some big unannounced games, which I doubt for the Switch, they'll need something to get people excited for this holiday, and it'll be the Switch 2 reveal. And that was my sort of question, Ryan, was like, do you think they would do this knowing that if they're not going to have the Switch 2 available for the holidays, that they wouldn't want to step on the Switch sales? They wouldn't want people to say, well, I'm not going to buy the Switch because there's a new one coming out. But I don't know that they'll care. Unless if they do this, if they do late fall or middle fall announcement for next year, if they do that, here's what I think happens for the holiday season. You get a price drop. I think before that, I think that in order to curb the idea of people not buying Switches because they're waiting for the Switch 2, I think you get a price drop, and I think the main system goes down to $200. I think the lights drop to $150, And I think the OLEDs either drop to 300 or probably 250. I think they might do 300. I would say the Switch Lights drop to 150. If the Switch Lights drop to 100, everybody's buying one. I think they drop to about 150. I say the regular Switches drop to 200. I say the OLEDs between 250 and 300. I think that's what they do. And if you do that with an October announcement for the new console, I think that the Switch it's probably not going to be the big holiday seller, but I do think you'll see massive numbers for the Switch. Hold on, go out. Reckon they're going to release it as well within the fiscal year. Otherwise, I have no need to tell the shareholders exactly, and that's kind of why I think it will release this fiscal year. Because if it was going to be released for next fiscal year, they would have told them next year. They wouldn't have told them yet. Don't think Metroid is popular enough to be the next Breath of the Wild. Do you think Metroid is enough to be the next Breath of the Wild? On its own, no. On its own, okay, no. Hang on. Oh, excuse me. On its own, in its current format, no. I don't. I mean, I think it is. Here's it. Okay. You got to understand what we're kind of going into here. I think that we're looking at a lot of this, and I'm sorry, I'm going to be missing a lot of this stuff. I think that we're basing a lot of this on the Switch, and like I said, the whole October, January, March thing, I'm basing it off of the Switch. The thing you have to understand is you don't need to do the same thing at every moment this time. You don't technically need a game, because I saw some people saying Odyssey 2. Odyssey 2 is gigantic. You don't need anything that big for the Switch 2. Everybody already knows they love the Switch. They're going to buy the Switch. Even if Metroid isn't as high of a seller as Zelda, I do think it's enough to be the big launch title for the Switch 2. You know what I mean? It's not like we're coming off of the Wii U and you need something eye-catching in order to get everybody involved. People are going to be involved. They're going to buy the Switch 2. Absolutely. So I do think that Metroid has enough power for that. I also think that Metroid is going to be bigger than everybody thinks. This is something that I've talked about plenty of times before, where I think that this Metroid Prime 4 is not just going to be another Metroid game the way Breath of the Wild wasn't just another Zelda game. I think that it's going to do things with the format that we've never seen with a Metroid game before, and I think that you're going to see a lot of people engaging in Metroid that normally wouldn't, but because of the scope of this game, I think it's going to get them interested. I think it's going to be the showcase piece. I think it's going to be the graphical piece that shows you what the Switch can really do. The Switch 2, I mean. I think it's going to be the game. And yeah, I do think that. I do think that they're going to build it that way. I would question whether or not they're going to bother making it cross-platform. I do question that. But, yes, I do think that Metroid Prime 4, considering what they need it to be, I do think that it has the power to be the big game. Again, you also don't technically need the big game because I think we're all pretty sure, we're all like 99% sure that it's going to be backwards compatible. I think that there's going to be some stuff with that. I do think that there's going to be games that they release that they're going to say that the graphics will be enhanced on the Switch 2. Obviously not yet, but they could technically say that in June. Realistically, for the June Direct, they could have a marker, sort of like I had said before. They could have a marker at the end of the thing that says all of these games will be available on the Switch 2, and then they have a thing that tells you when the Switch 2 presentation is going to be. They could technically do that. I know that they said that they're not going to talk about it, but what they probably meant is that they're not going to show it off. They're not going to discuss stats. They're not going to show games or anything like that. But that doesn't mean that they won't take the June opportunity to announce when there's going to be an event and when they're going to actually show the thing off. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. We know Pokemon Legends is releasing around the same time as the Switch 2 is expected to come out, and Pokemon sells hardware regardless. People buy it for Pokemon. They do. Even with the up and down over the past couple of games and people, liking it or not liking it or however you feel about the last few games, the last couple games, they sold very well. Well, Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. They sold very well, and there are people that go out and they buy them for that. We're getting a Switch 3DS. There's so much to talk about here. I'm trying. You guys are bringing stuff up, and I want to talk about it. And at the same time, I'm trying. All right. But yes, I do think that Metroid has the power to be the big game. You mentioned Trios. You mentioned the Switch 3DS. AGM, if AGM is here, AGM used to talk about that all the time, where he thinks that we've talked about what we think the gimmick is going to be. We talked about that. We talked about how I think it's going to be some sort of VR. A lot of people have said that they think it's going to be dual screens. There's always been that there's been that constant sort of curiosity about what's the gimmick going to be, right? We know that Nintendo's going to do something. It's not just going to be the Switch 2. There's going to be something else. They're going to add a little something else. They always do it. Didn't we just have them... didn't we just have some information go out about the DS or something? What just happened that... No, it was a game. Oh, no. I know what it was. I remember what it was. For the GameCube, we added a handle. Did they not just update the ESRB rating for Kirby and the Rainbow Curse? That could just be that they need to do that to keep it. Or they're planning to use that as a Switch 2 launch title because you needed the pad in order to play it. A lot of the time when these games get updated, we think that they're coming out. We think that they're going to re-release them. And the question is, how would you make that game playable considering that you needed the stylus? The answer could be that the system does have 2 screens on it. Or that it's going to be able to... Ooh. Or that it's going to be able to broadcast its gameplay to your television as a second screen. I don't know, that one just kind of made up. I just kind of made that one up. But that is something that they could do. It could be played could it be played solely on the pad? I didn't know that. All I asked is the backwards compatibility. I think it's going to be Flip. Yeah, I without any confirmation, I do think that the backwards compatibility is something that I think that's a lock. I know that it's dangerous to do that, but I do think that's a lock. Yeah, I saw that and I thought that's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's going to be the gimmick. Is that it's going to have a second screen, or there's going to be able to there's going to be some way to use it as a second screen. Maybe if you broadcast to your TV, and then your gamepad screen still has a secondary screen on it. If Switch is because it's BC, I can pack up my Switch base and when the new one comes out, assuming it all fits. That's the one thing I think it would fit though. Well, I mean, the problem there, Ryan, is that there's speculation about whether or not the dock is going to do something. People have talked about the possibility of the dock changing how the system works or upgrading its speed or something, right? So, I mean, there's, it's all speculation at this point, but you have an idea. Excuse me. My reason for suspicion is they showed expected games left again, and showed Prime 4 still as TBA, combined with we expect to sell 13 to 15 and have something to push base Switch sales regardless of the Switch 2 coming out. That just means more games. That just means something interesting that they're going to push out. But as far as Prime 4 being TBA, of course it's going to be TBA because they can't tell you the date for Prime 4 if they haven't announced the system and they haven't announced the release date for the system. If Prime 4 is a launch title, like same day launch title for the Switch 2, they can't tell you the date of Prime 4 until they tell you the date of the Switch. So the fact that it's TBA doesn't actually mean anything. I really hope they just don't throw away the NSO. No, I don't think they will, Mr. Rouge. Roche, I think that this is going to be the Switch family of systems. I don't think they're throwing away the Switch moniker. I don't think they're throwing away the Switch branding in any way whatsoever. This is the Switch family of systems, and with that, they're going to keep the shop the same. I know they kind of didn't for the Wii, right? The Wii, but the Wii and the Wii U store, like the shops, they were kind of the Wii U shop specifically was supposed to be integrated with the 3DS in some way. So that's, I would argue that there's a reason that it wasn't the same. Yeah, that would be like on Christmas if your folks gave you the games instead of the console first. So yeah, the fact that there's no date for Metro Prime 4, I don't think means anything because we don't know anything about the system yet. Prime 4 could be one of those games, but its release date could be a sign of the Switch 2. Okay. Well, I feel Prime 4 could appear in. Oh, you're saying you think it could appear in the June Direct. I just don't think they would. I don't think they would do that. I think it's going to be. If Prime 4 is a cross-gen game, if they make it or like they did with Breath of the Wild, where it's on the Switch and the Switch 2, and there's a different SKU for them, I think that the Switch SKU is extra. I don't think that it's going to be, hey, buy this game on the Switch and, oh, yeah, there's going to be a Switch 2 version. I think it is the Switch 2 is going to have Metroid Prime 4 the same day, but if you don't want to get the Switch 2, it's also going to be on the Switch. I think that's how they would, like the Wii U, like Breath of the Wild. It's not like they sold you they didn't sell you a Wii U game and said, oh, by the way, if you're getting a Switch, you might as well get it here. They sold you the Switch with Breath of the Wild and then said, oh, yeah, if you didn't get a Switch, it's also on Wii U. Yeah, I wouldn't want it to be that's probably going to be my hottest take about Metroid Prime 4. I don't want it to be cross-platform. I want it to be the premier game. I want it to be the thing that takes advantage of everything that the Switch 2 can do. And because of that, I don't want it to be cross-platform. I don't. To be fair, yeah, no one owned a Wii U, which was yeah, exactly. They weren't. You're right. The difference there is that they weren't trying to sell you Wii U games, but in this situation, they could make a lot of money selling a Switch game. You're right. So they could. I just don't think they would show them separately. I don't think that they'll show you Metroid Prime 4 and then not tell you that it's going to be a Switch 2 game. I think that what they could do is, I still don't think this would happen, but technically I think that they could, when they show off the Switch 2 and they show off Metroid Prime 4, I think they could also say, by the way, for Prime 4, you don't have to wait. It'll be out on the Switch at this point. Or they'll just say the same day it's going to be out on the regular Switch also. But I don't think they would announce it first. I don't think in June, because they said in June you're not going to see anything about the Switch 2. So I don't think that they'll show you a game and say it's for the Switch and then tell you, because that's kind of misleading, right? If they don't tell you that it's going to be a Switch 2 launch title, I do find that kind of misleading for that game. I think that it would not do well for them to do that. I think that they should say unless hold on a second, unless they're going to start doing what the other companies are doing, and that you can upgrade your version of the game to the next version. If you can buy Prime 4 on the Switch, and then when the Switch 2 comes out, upgrade it to the actual Switch 2 version of the game, then I could see them doing that. I don't think they would, but that's the only way that I could justify. I could see them justifying it. I could see them doing that. My biggest suspicion is they expect to hit defensive. It's the only known one. See, but Dragoon, and especially after Dread, I have confidence in it could mean we have few real surprises. I think we will have some surprises at the Direct just because that's how Nintendo works. It's just it's going to be a bunch of stuff that they don't tell us. But I don't think that that's necessarily Prime 4. I think that there's plenty of games that are still interesting. I think, I mean, in all honesty, I feel like Odyssey 2 is probably going to be a Switch 2 game, but I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do something like that. Like you said, you know, for Prime 4, making it a cross-gen game and putting it out on Switch 1. What if they just did that with Odyssey? There's still plenty of retro games. There's still, not retro games, but there's still plenty of games. Well, there's still some games, right? We're still waiting for Galaxy 2. We're still waiting for a remaster of Galaxy and Galaxy 2. Do you think that the big holiday game could potentially be remakes of Galaxy and Galaxy 2, especially if it was on a compilation? How about Xenoblade Chronicles X? Right? Everybody wants that one. You know, there's some smaller games. They made Princess Peach Showtime. Showtime probably, as far as development goes, Showtime probably took less resources, and they were pretty happy with it. 1.2 million, and they seemed like they were happy with that. So there could be some stuff. Just because games don't come out that are as big as Breath of the Wild or something, or they're not the big gigantic thing, it doesn't mean that they're not going to be good games. I mean, look at how excited some of us are for Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and there's a lot of people that still think that it's remake trash. There's people that look at that game and they look at some of that stuff and they think it's garbage, right? They look at it and say, "Oh, I told you they didn't have anything left over for the Switch." And meanwhile, there's some of us saying, "Holy crap, this is amazing." There's still games that they can do that with. You don't think that it raises it gets everybody excited if they suddenly announce, "Oh, by the way, for the Switch, they're going to do a Donkey Kong 64 remake." Right, or a brand new Donkey Kong Country. Like, there are things that they can still do with this. This is why it always gets on my nerves when people are like, "There's nothing left for the Switch." There's still tons of stuff that they can do for the Switch that gets people excited. Sure, they're not as big as a new Zelda game, as a new Breath of the Wild. They're still not, it's not Odyssey 2. But it doesn't mean that there's not going to be a bunch of games that the 140 million people that own Switches are not going to be excited about. I think Rainbow Curse. Hold on, go way up. We're gonna. I think because for the Breath of the Wild is Wii U exclusive. They pushed that until it showed the Switch 2. Switch. Then announced it as a 2-system game. Well, the problem there, Dragoon, is that that Breath of the Wild was supposed to be a Wii U game. The way I had always heard it was that it was supposed to be a Wii U game, and then the Wii U sucked. The Wii U failed. So they worked on it and they pushed it back. I don't think we have that problem here. That's what I always heard about Breath of the Wild, was that Breath of the Wild was shown off very early and the system just failed. So they weren't going to do it. So they saved it for the next thing. We're going to start to get people trading in Switches more frequently after this announcement, specifically when its trailer comes out. It also means Switch game collections will be traded in mass. Can't wait. Maybe not for brand new games, but I could see them offering paid remasters for Switch games like Sony has done for PS5. It's an easy way to fill in the gaps on the calendar. I think Rainbow Curse, it will just be ported to the Switch, which leads me to the Direct in June. It's so clear from the start of the year that this is the year of small budget remakes and remasters. NSO will carry because we're due for new release schedule. Lower budget experimental titles like NES, like Nintendo World Championship, in order to cater to the existing Switch audience. Which again, even if you look at those games as they just cater to the Switch audience, it doesn't mean that they're not interesting. It doesn't mean that people buy them, that people don't buy them. Not saying to put the games down. So what do we expect out of the June Direct? I can't imagine Nintendo has that much to show, considering they're likely saving the big guns for Switch 2. I see more third-party games this time. Team Asano said they'll have a game for this year, so maybe that's Bravely Default 3. I do think we've got another couple of remakes. I think they've got some remakes locked and loaded, ready to go. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like a Donkey Kong remake, Tropical Freeze. I think a Kid Icarus remake would be very interesting. bring the 3DS game over, since people have been asking for that forever, just like people were asking for Paper Mario forever, and we're finally getting that. I feel like you've got a couple of Wii U games. Maybe you probably just got a very small handful of them left. You've got the Fire Emblem games. Fire Emblem was pretty popular, so you do have Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn that you can bring out to the system. And again, they're not the big gigantic things, but they're enough to carry the system. Yeah, more old Fire Emblem, please. There's enough there, and that's the thing. Is I don't think that it has to necessarily be these big gigantic things. I just think there has to be a relatively consistent schedule of relatively decent games. It's weird to me that 7 years into the life of a system, and people they think they're dunking on Nintendo by saying that there's nothing left, and it's like, but no one's really expecting any big gigantic games at this point, right? We're not no one's really expecting the next Zelda here, right? No one's really. Is anybody legitimately thinking Odyssey 2 is going to be a Switch game? I don't think that. I think even those of us that really like Nintendo and really like the Switch, I think most of us have also resigned ourselves to the reality that you're not going to get these big, gigantic things on the Switch anymore. But that doesn't mean that there's nothing. Later, Flash, have a good one. I should probably watch that Ben 10 movie tonight so I can move on to the sequel series. Odyssey 2, but all the different kingdoms of different older Mario games, kind of like Mushroom Kingdom and Odyssey 1. Also, FE4 is very few, very large maps, so you spend most of the time just moving units. It's not very fun. Ryan, so maybe an FE4 remake where, or at least the remaster where they add a bunch of quality of life things to fix it. They add some teleporting. They maybe change the. I probably not change the size of the maps, but you add some teleporting and some quality of life. That's what a lot of those old games. They're not bad on their own. It's just they're bad without the quality of life features. And I think that there's probably some stuff. Skyward Sword, right? It's the Skyward Sword problem where you hated the backtracking because it was backtracking. Whereas you add some more warp points and it immediately helps solve that problem. So I wonder. I mean, I'm not a Fire Emblem person, so. Mario 2 USA Kingdom. I'd rather the Tellius games get a remake, as those games are the ones that deserve it. The Ike game, that's Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. I think that they should probably be the next ones. In all honesty, not even being a huge Fire Emblem person, I think that those two are the ones that should be the next big, giant Fire Emblem games that get redone. Wait, hold on here. To be fair, they're apparently supposed to be getting a DK game until Vicarious Visions absorbed by the COD Warzone Workshop. Speaking of that, I'm trying to download Warzone, and it's the most complicated thing I've ever done. To be fair, I don't want to spend $200 per game. I'd rather Tellius games get remade first, but FE4 was the one a part of the Engage League. Oh, so there's a precedent for it. There's a reason. You're not just pulling 4 out of the air. There's a reason for you to say that. What do I think is going to be at this direct? So going back to that, I do think there's going to be at least one big remake. I'd be curious to see if it was Galaxy. I'd be curious to see if there was a remake of Galaxy 1 or 2. I would wonder if it's. How would you feel if they remade 2 and not 1? Because we got 1 on the 3D All-Stars collection, and everybody was kind of wondering why 2 wasn't there. How would you feel if they were remaking 2 specifically? Why Galaxy? Because Galaxy never really had anything else. We had Galaxy 1 and we had Galaxy 2, and then we had Galaxy 1 re-released on the 3D All-Stars collection. But there's never been any talk of a remake. There's never been any talk. There hasn't even been a port. That's why. So to even say, other than for Galaxy 1, it was on the 3D All-Stars collection. But for Galaxy 2, there's nothing. So I feel like they're the ones. I feel like those are the ones that, I don't hear anybody clamoring for a remake of Mario 3. Right? And the new series, we're not going to get into the new series discourse. I would just say that Wonder if they're going to do anything like that, they're just going to continue on with Wonder. I think we'll get a Wonder 2. I don't think they're going to touch any of that. They're going to touch any of the new stuff. Hey, so we're going to check out Crow County? What's that? I don't know what that is. Galaxy 2 is perfectly fine as is. It's perfectly fine as is, but that as is on the Wii where it's inaccessible. That's why. It's not even been brought over to the Switch. So I think it would be a big thing if you announce either a remake for one of those games, preferably one, although I would probably prefer just both of them at the same time, or just a big port. A big compilation 1 and 2 port. Yeah, I wouldn't run a remake compilation of the new games in the Wonder. Oh, the new games in the Wonder art style. That's interesting, Ryan. I feel like that's a whole separate discussion, but that's kind of interesting. I don't know. I think you make some people happy when you do that. I think you piss a lot of people off when you do that. Right? Because, if you didn't like them, because Ryan, let's be honest here, most people are going to say, I don't know why you went back and you slapped this Wonder coat of paint onto these other games. Why not just make a new Wonder? I think that's what people are going to say. Because you'd have to do a lot. I think you would have to do a good chunk in order to make the new, even with the coat of paint, even in order to make the new games feel as unique and interesting as Wonder, I think you'd have to do a lot. And at that point, yeah, just make a new Wonder. You'd be better off doing that. I think they're done with new. I don't think we're going to see new anymore. Some rumor Nintendo may have something planned for Tears of the Kingdom's release anniversary. Probably some DLC or something. Crow County is a PS1 throwback survival. Secret Boss. Then I can tell you no. Survival horror just in general isn't really my thing. So I can tell you right now that that's probably not something. I would say ask Elliot about that. That's going to be an Elliot game. I as a horror game, it's just not something that is interesting to me. Yeah, Executor, I'm surprised for that too. I'm surprised that they didn't add, or at least just have it separate to buy. Yeah, and I would say we already moved on from the new games. It's not even, like Marcos, you said we can move on from the new games. I would say that we already did. I would say that's what Wonder is. I think Wonder is them moving on from the new games. They already said no DLC for Tears of the Kingdom. Okay. As for the Direct, I mean, we're still due for some Mario Party Superstars DLC. All right, it's around the corner. It's right around the corner. We have the port. Yeah, I saw somebody else mention Tears of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. You could enhance those and put those on the Switch. I think that's fine. I think that a lot of people would be very, very excited for those games. Actually, speaking of Mario Party, no Master Mode then. I wonder if that, I guess technically that would count as DLC. Small issue with Tears of the Kingdom. You beat the game, the save file doesn't have Hyrule saved, but it's before you fight the last boss. Yeah, that's always kind of a pet peeve for me. It does have other things that you did, though. I have a couple of safe, like I have the one sort of portal right before you go to the end, so it is there. It is a pet peeve of mine because it's not saved in the achievements. Right? If I load my game up right now and I go to the achievements, saving Zelda is not one of the highlighted achievements. It acts like I haven't beaten the game yet. That does kind of get on my nerves. Apparently a new code named Banquet. I saw that. I saw the Banquet thing, but we literally don't know anything about it. Those code words they're not usually directly tied to it. So, you can't show me the connection between the GameCube and a dolphin. I still don't know exactly what NX was supposed to mean for the Switch. And the last Mario Party code was named Feast, I believe. I still don't think that I personally don't think that it matters, because we could be talking about Kirby's Dream Buffet too. It could be anything at that point. So it's interesting. It's nice that it's there. I have nothing to say about it because it could literally be, it could be something or it could be nothing. Banquet could be related to the game. It could have nothing to do with anything. It could be Mario Party. It could absolutely be Mario Party. Or it could have nothing. It could be Overcooked 3. It could absolutely be nothing. Well, it's not going to be Overcooked, but yeah, I kind of would have liked to have Hyrule saved with people all walking around Hyrule and Zelda is there. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. You have them make little comments, Executor, like, "Oh, I know you saved us, but it still feels like there's something left to do," and they're referencing the fact that you can go back and do it again. Have you chosen a game for SGB? No, I still haven't really decided. I don't know. I'm still so. We were just talking about that the other day. I'm still so torn, man. I'm still so. We have games that we haven't played that we're not done yet, and it's so. I don't want to play anything that takes too long, but I want to play something that I think is enjoyable and that I'm a little bit familiar with. I want to play something that aligns with the channel, and I feel like there's certain games like I could play Titanfall 2, but I don't know. I question whether or not that aligns with the channel, but then I don't even know what aligns with the channel because they did Far Cry. So so I have no idea. I just don't know. I'm just not really sure. I thought about that, Mr. L. I'm going to talk to them about whether or not they want to do Thousand Year Door, if they want to do that early, like if they want to have that be the game. Because the problem is the weekend that the game comes out is MomoCon, so they're going to be gone. I know at least John's going to be gone down the MomoCon. And we're going to be streaming it all weekend. Yeah, see, like, do tactics. I don't want to do anything that long. Yeah, they did Hatful Boyfriend, right? So I don't want to do anything that long. The ones that are standing out to me are Titanfall 2's story mode, the Star Wars story modes, so Battlefront 2 or Squadrons, Blaster Master Zero, or Paper Mario 64. Those are the ones that are standing out to me. Or Thousand Year Door, but again, I don't know what the story is going to be about Thousand Year Door, like what we're going to do with it, but those are kind of like, that's like my short list. You know what I mean? Phantom Menace for PS1. Oh, let me go back up here. Play Titanfall 2. Man, look at the full wardrobe going, I have nothing to wear. It really is kind of like that, Stone. I don't know. Stone, it's Stone. If this were my 6th game for SGB, I would say, all right, we'll pick the next thing. We'll pick the next thing. I just feel like I have to do something special for the first one, right? I feel like that's going to be my first game, and it's technically my first game and not my first pick, because my first pick was Game of Life 2. But we played it together. That was a multiplayer thing that we did. That kind of endgame thing would have been so nice. But even Breath of the Wild didn't do that. Breath of the Wild didn't do that either? You guys can do a Secret of Trials of Mana as a group. I don't know. I'm always down for BMZ or Paper Mario. Yeah, do Star Wars Battle. Yeah, it would be the Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2. Oh, Secret or Trials. I'm like, Secret of Trials of Mana. One of you should play Hi-Fi Rush and be sad. This has Paper Mario 64 written all over it. You're going with an overlooked gem for your choice? I mean, like what? Titanfall? I mean, Titanfall is an overlooked gem that even I didn't discover until last year. Blaster Master Zero, yeah, and that's the thing. I really did like Blaster Master Zero. I feel like Blaster Master Zero is on the short list. I do kind of feel like Titanfall's on the short list, and I think Paper Mario's on. If I had to pick 3, I feel like those are the 3. I feel like those are the 3 that I would say, yeah, I kind of want to do those. What about a Zelda how about the Zelda randomizer? I don't know. I don't think I like Zelda randomizers as SGB games, I feel like I would want something that's interesting and unique and I mean, it's short enough. It's definitely short enough, but I don't know. People have mentioned that before, and I'm always kind of like, I don't think I want that. I say you do something like a platformer to dip your toe. See, that, in all honesty, Marcos, that could just be Blaster Master Zero. It was easy enough that I'm not going to get super like stressed out about playing it. It was short enough that I can finish it in a reasonable amount of time while also being long enough to get a reasonable amount of parts. I'm not going to make my first game something that gets 2 parts, I want it to be something that's a little bit more substantial, and I think Blaster Master Zero kind of fills that. Especially since after that, I could go to 2 and 3 eventually, but that would be later on down the line. Why not Twilight Princess, since you love that game? Anyway, Nintendo successful, Microsoft dragged through the mud. Yeah, we got to get to that. Breath of the Wild leaves save Zelda as the eternal final goal. Dragon Quest VII seems like a reasonable LP game. Yeah, definitely. You go for it. You go for it. Absolutely. So yeah, Switch 2 sort of teased, which we kind of expected that. I know that at some point we had talked about that, and I think that was sort of, the investors were going to want to know, so they were going to say it. Like, I think we did speculate at some point that they were going to say something about the Switch 2. They just weren't going to reveal it, which is exactly what they did. They announced it at the meeting. They said, yeah, it's going to be this year. We're going to talk about it. You just have to wait. So we'll see what happens next. But we do know that there's a Direct in June. So that's really nice. That's good information to know. We know that the Direct isn't going to have the Switch 2 in it, which I mostly believe. I don't particularly think that we hear absolutely nothing about the Switch 2. Like I said, I think that at the end it would be really cool to say all of these games will also be compatible with the Switch 2. Stay tuned for a Direct. Stay tuned for more news on that system or something. I think that's enough. I think that's all you would need. You would have everybody talking about the games that they saw. And the other thing, the last thing I'll say, we were talking earlier about, do I think that it would harm Switch sales if they announce the Switch 2 in October and don't release it until next year? I don't think it would be a problem because they're going to say that the Switch 2 is backwards compatible, so you can buy games right now confidently. You don't have to worry about, I don't want to buy these games. I need to buy the Switch 2 versions. I think a lot of people they're going to want people to say, yeah, I can buy the games now, and then they'll be compatible with the next system. I got to get those, I got to get my Pig Ganon. Yeah, I know, I can be Pig Ganon. Although, I don't know, I'm still happy with Nibbles. So the other big news that came out, Bethesda, I guess. Is it Microsoft? Who technically did it, right? Hold on. Microsoft. Microsoft does it again. Microsoft has announced that they're going to be closing some studios. Yeah, I never know if it's Microsoft or Bethesda's fault. Yeah, now for some sad news. They announced they're going to be closing some studios. Which always kind of sucks. I think that the way they did it was absolutely terrible. I don't like when they do this. I have the email here. Here, I'll link you the, I won't read the whole thing, but I'll link it to you here. So that's the info there. Oh wait, this is a link to my, that's a link, I'm sorry, that's a link to my response, but the letter is in there. I think that this sucks. I think that this is really crappy. Not only that it happens, but I think that the way that it happens, I think that firing a bunch of people through an email or laying a bunch of people off technically through an email is ridiculous. I would like to believe that people got some information about this first, but I doubt it. You can't convince me that Microsoft did anything with the employees in mind. Excuse me. Changes to Bethesda and ZeniMax teams. There's a couple things in here that really piss me off and that are really annoying. I mean, overall, it's just kind of frustrating that this happens. To double down on these franchise investments. Here are the changes that are going into effect. Arcane Austin. This studio will close with some members of the team joining other studios to work on projects across Bethesda. Arcane Austin has a history of... What happened here? I'm sorry. That was weird. Arcane Austin has a history of making impactful and innovative games, and its pedigree that everyone should be... Arcane... This is crazy. Arcane Austin has a history of making impactful and innovative games, and it is a pedigree that everyone should be proud of. And the next word, the first word in the next sentence is Redfall. Redfall's previous update will be its last, and we will end all development on that game. I don't want anybody to lose their job. I don't. But it kind of sounds like you're trying to blow smoke up everyone's ass when you talk about how great they are and you mention Redfall. Redfall, they didn't deserve to lose their jobs over Redfall, but Redfall was hardly the pedigree that you should strive for. Redfall was that vampire game that was awful. It came out and they wrote an apology letter for how bad it was. But that doesn't mean that they should lose their jobs over it. It doesn't. I just found it kind of funny that they said that they were like, oh, it's the pedigree, and then they mentioned Redfall, and it's like, yeah, but Redfall got a really bad reputation, right? Alpha Dog Studios. This studio will also close. We appreciate the team's creativity in bringing Doom to new players. I'm not familiar with this studio. I don't know what they mean by bringing Doom to new players. Mighty Doom will be sunset on August 7th, and we will be turning off the ability for players to make any purchases in the game. It's the most I heard about Redfall since the trailer. Yeah, co-op FPS. The other issue here, no one to lose a job, is Redfall was another flop from Arcane. Yeah, they had a string of flops. So there's, at the very least, even though people shouldn't lose their job, or it sucks that people lose their job, at the very least, you can understand why. After a couple of very poor games and with as bad as Redfall was, you could understand. If this was just Arcane Austin, it would be like, okay, I that kind of sucks. It's unfortunate for them, but I kind of get it, right? Mighty Doom is a mobile game. That's probably why I never heard of Alpha Dog Studios. Tango Gameworks. Tango Gameworks will also close. We are thankful for their contributions to Bethesda and players around the world. Hi-Fi Rush will continue to be available to players on the platforms it is today. Okay, I'm going to jump here. Really quick. Earlier, you said to double down on these franchises and invest to build new ones requires us to look across business to identify opportunities that are best positioned for success. And at the bottom, later, let me find this other one. These changes are not a reflection of the creativity and skill of the talented individuals at these teams or the risk they took to try out new things. No. It wasn't that line. There's another line that I'm looking for. With this consolidation of our Bethesda studio teams so that we can invest more deeply in our portfolio of games and new IP. A small number of roles across select Bethesda publishing and corporate teams will also be eliminated. How can you have two separate lines talking about how you want to invest in new IPs and you want to make sure that you make room for some sort of growth, and then shutter the team that developed, I think, literally an award-winning game? Didn't Hi-Fi Rush win an award? How can you sit there and say with a straight face that that you're doing this in an attempt to make room for growth and new IPs and new ideas, and then close the team that made possibly one of the most interesting new games of last year? Right? One of the most interesting new IPs of last year. How? Yeah, exactly. It won an award. It's not new. It's not long new. No longer new. Is that what you mean? Yeah, Hi-Fi won an award at the VGAs. I could have sworn it won an award somewhere else too. Nominated for 5 awards. Her Arcane Austin a very our reputation means we're untouchable attitude. Yeah, that might have irritated. Well, I mean, it might have irritated them, but Dragoon. Let's be honest here. Even if they had that attitude, if they were making banger after banger, Microsoft would have let them exist. they would have let them stay. It won gold. Yeah, I thought I heard it won a BAFTA, and Golden Joysticks I didn't hear, but it might have, right? So it tells me what I need to know. Actually, no. There's one more thing that I want to bring up here. Well, hold on. Before we do that, Roundhouse Games. The team at Roundhouse will be joining ZeniMax Online Studios. Roundhouse has played a key role in many of our recent game launches and bringing them into ZOS to work on Elder Scrolls Online, which will mean that we can do even more to grow that world that millions of players call home. So they moved this other team to ZeniMax Online, which is going to work on Elder Scrolls Online. This is the one that really annoyed me. This is the one. And I know that there's probably a couple of different ways you could interpret this. I interpreted this as the worst way. Those whose roles will be impacted will be notified today, which you're telling them they're fired through an email, which if they saw this and not the email, this is how they found out. We ask that you please treat our departing colleagues with respect and compassion. How about, you know what? Screw you. We ask that you treat your departing colleagues with respect and compassion. How about you first? How about you do that first? Don't tell me. Don't tell us. Don't tell anybody else getting this email, hey, treat your coworkers with respect because they're probably getting fired. How about you not fire them? How about you figure out something else? How about you not screw their lives up in the first place? How about that? But that wasn't even it. We will provide our full support to those who are impacted in today's notifications and through their transitions, including severance benefits informed by local laws. That line bugged the hell out of me. Including severance benefits informed by local laws. I know that there's probably a couple of ways you can say that. The way I took it was, we're going to help you because the law says we have to. We're going to help you in accordance with the law. Why did you have to say that? Why did you have to say informed by local laws? What that sounds like to me is you're going to do what the law tells you to do, and that's it. It's ridiculous. And I know that you could probably say, like, they're going to at least do that. No, it feels like that's the minimum. It feels like they're going to do the minimum because the law tells them they have to. Yeah, they're going to do the bare minimum that the law allows. Absolutely. Pocket, lint, and 13 gil. Yeah, we're going to help you avoid getting us sued. Yeah, we're not doing this out of the kindness of our hearts. That line bothers the hell out of me. It was infuriating when I read it. I was like, you're out of your mind with that. Yeah, you can't say they're at least doing that because that's what at least they did it. No, they did that because it was the least they were legally allowed to do. They weren't allowed to do nothing because if they were allowed to do nothing, I feel like they would have done nothing. These people didn't even have a notice. This is their notice that they're getting released. It is insane that this happened, and it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate that you have. Okay, again, I don't think they deserve to lose their jobs, but Arcane, after Redfall and a couple other things, yeah, I understand that you had to make some changes there, and those changes were probably going to result in some people losing their jobs. Roundhouse Games, it looks like they're folding Roundhouse Games into ZeniMax Online, which means that at least they get to keep their jobs. Alpha Dog will close. I'm not familiar with Alpha Dog enough to know what it is that they did. Tango is the one that hurts. Tango is the one that is, wow, you made an award-winning game, you're fired. Come on, man. Yeah, thank you for making us so much money. Now we don't need you anymore, so we're going to cut you dry so we can sucker some new game devs to make us more money. Okay, thanks, bye. And I love the Natango thing. Hi-Fi Rush will continue to be available to players on the platforms it is today. Who cares? Why are you By the way, this is the email that went out to the employees. They don't care that you're going to keep selling their game that they made and yet you're going to get money for it. Are you giving them part of the profits? Are you going to be profit sharing from now on? Why would you tell them that? Why would you include that in this email? This is not an email. This is not a press release. I'm going to say that again. This is not a press release that was released to the public so that this can explain everything. This is the email that went out to the employees. Do you think that the employees, and forgive me, I don't do it often, do you think the employees give a shit that you are going to continue selling the game that they developed and now they got fired from? They don't care. They care about the fact that they lost their job. That's what matters to them. Why did you tell them that? Why would you say that to them? Could you imagine your boss walking up to you and saying, hey, you're fired, but we're going to keep doing all of the things that you did to benefit us? Why would you include that part? That's ridiculous. They have to fire notice, and they usually do it before notifying staff, but it's become increasingly common to put that notification online too. They should just remove the X from it and call it the box one. Probably my honest pet peeve is social reaction. How dare they shut the studios down? They make great games. I'm pretty sure layoffs are bad, even if you don't like the products. I don't like Mario and Luigi, yet I didn't like when the studio went bankrupt. You don't like Mario and Luigi? Hold on, we're sidetracking the whole day here. What? That was wild to me. Some of this stuff. This is probably one of the worst, not worst, probably one of the worst letters like this emails that have gone out. Probably one of the ways that people have gotten, because again, this is not a press release. This is an email that went out to the people. If you worked at one of these companies, this is the email you got this morning or yesterday, whenever exactly it was. And if you work at Tango Games, they flat out told you, by the way, we're letting you go, but we're going to keep selling your game. That's unbelievable. That's ballsy. That's pretty ballsy to do. Should Nintendo steal Xbox hardware since Microsoft doesn't care about games? I mean, I don't think it's that bad of an idea, to be honest with you. Tango also made... Oh, you said Evil Within, which I never played Evil Within. Also made Evil Within. So Xbox picking them to shut is more baffling. Oh, Evil Within was popular, though, right? It didn't click for me. Even if I didn't like it, I don't think it's good for people to lose livelihoods. 0 days since this company has done anything scummy. Apparently, Google did something, too. Apparently, Google let some people go, too. I didn't look too much into that, though. Let's put this. Give me 1 second. I'm moving this back here. No. Okay. The situation with Alpha Dream was that they were bankrupt and Nintendo chose not to bail them out, which is a shame. That is kind of a surprise. And yeah, that's not really. It's not exactly the same thing. They didn't shutter them. They just didn't save them. But it is kind of weird that they didn't save them, considering that the Mario and Luigi franchise was relatively unique. I mean, the Mario and Luigi franchise existed at a time when Paper Mario wasn't really relevant and wasn't doing anything, so it was kind of interesting. I mean, sort of, right? Because we did have Paper Jam, but I would, the Mario and Luigi franchise was more popular than Paper Mario at that moment, so it was kind of weird that they wouldn't save them. It's weird that they wouldn't save them, but when you look at their history, they saved games like Bayonetta. And then they don't save the Mario and Luigi series. And it's kind of sad because they were fun games. Google fired them during that process. To what I mean, the Evil Within captured what people loved about the original RE games. And then they also made Hi-Fi Rush. So it's not like the studio was losing their money. It was probably one of their more out of the ones that they closed or folded into, like Roundhouse Games got folded into ZeniMax. Out of the companies that got mentioned today, it seems like Tango was the most successful one. So how the hell did they lose their job? How did that happen? Like, could you imagine that you do something amazing, you make your company millions of dollars and they walk in and say, hey, thanks for the millions, you're fired? That's insane. Linky's here? Wait, what? Did I not say that? Where's Linky? What? You said, hey, Linky. Oh, yeah, Linky's right there. Hey, Linky. It's fascinating seeing Microsoft blunder after blunder, constantly being the butt of the industry, still have this pompous attitude with axing their workers. They're in no position to even be doing this stuff like this. People at the top need to be fired. Any ounce of trust they were trying to rebuild after the third-party scare of this year, absolutely gone. You can't trust anything these people say now. No, it's wild. It's wild, and that's why I have no problem dunking on Microsoft. I have no problem dunking on Xbox and making jokes about the taxes because they do it to themselves. Because they do stupid things. You know why, Marcos? You know why I have no problem messing with Microsoft and talking trash about them? Because right in the middle of all of this, right, very literally smack dab in the middle of all of this, you're going to release an ad for a new controller with a fire vapor theme? Are you out of your goddamn mind that you thought that that was a good idea with everything burning down around people, that you thought it was a funny thing to release a controller of all things? Who? What? Where's the guy in the boardroom that says, you know what? Maybe we don't push this button on this new thing. Maybe we act like we just did something scummy and no one wants to hear from us. What is the matter with them? Tango furry controller. Fiery. Furry controller. I mean, Flip, if there's a furry controller, it's getting bought. It's fine to bully multi-billion-dollar companies. As a fact, it's your civic duty to do so. Yeah, oh my God, if it was Tango Fiery, that would have been worse. As for sticking the team into ESO, great, a very money predatory MMO, so that's where the focus surely is. It's not about new IPs, it's about easy, fast cash. If it was about new IPs, you would have had them make something else. It's nonsense, man. It's a shame. It's a shame because this keeps happening. This keeps happening. And what do we always say? It's not going to change. You know why it's not going to change? Because the way you make them change. What did we talk about yesterday with Sony? What did we talk about with the Helldivers thing? What changed them? Did reviews change them? Did negative reviews on Steam, do we think that's what fixed the problem? Complaining about it on Twitter, do we think that's what fixed the problem? No. People were going to start asking for refunds. They were going to have to refund them. They were going to legally have to refund them, possibly. You run a situation where you were going to shutter that game. You were going to make that game unplayable to millions of people in regions that literally weren't going to have access to that game. And you had a bunch of other people. You had Steam that was going to allow refunds for that game. And there were people that were going to do it. Money. That's what fixes the problem. And if you want Microsoft to stop pulling this crap, if you want them to stop putting resources into these things that make them money, the only way it works is you have to stop giving them money. But we won't. No matter how atrocious Blizz is, we'll keep buying Call of Duty games. No matter how Rockstar could murder someone on the streets, and when GTA 6 comes out, people will call it advertising and go buy the game. That's the problem, is that these companies are doing these things. We've seen what it takes to make them change, and we don't do it. People don't want to do it. You want to punish them for folding Roundhouse games and rolling them into ZeniMax? Don't engage in Elder Scrolls Online. Which I think is what people are doing anyway. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that these things are going to keep continuing because the thing that will stop them is the thing that we're not willing to do, which is ignore these companies from now on. Not immediately. The point is to complain enough that something can actually be made. Complaining on its own is just slacktivism. I like that term. Complaining to the point of action is that's what makes a difference. That's what makes a difference. Yeah, casuals don't pay attention to this stuff, so they're not going to care. But you know what casuals are going to say 10 years from now, Ronan? They're going to say, "Man, remember that game Hi-Fi Rush? That was so awesome. Why didn't we get a part 2?" And they're not going to know. They're going to have to watch a Down the Rabbit Hole that's going to explain the last 3 years of Microsoft's life. And somewhere in that 7-hour documentary is going to be the explanation of why they didn't get Hi-Fi Rush 2. I don't know. Does anyone here really trust a company of any kind to do anything good, to do good for their employees? Please don't blindly trust corporations at all, regardless if they make your favorite products or if you work for them. They only see you as a number, not a person. Do you know what's sad, Atomic? Not only I believe that that's true. You're absolutely right. I feel like Nintendo is the only one where I feel like I don't hear, like, have we heard anything this bad about Nintendo in the last 5 years? Have they done anything? And I don't mean to be like that. I don't mean to be like a D-rider or a fanboy or anything. But it does seem kind of like, I look at these atrocious things that have happened in the last few years with these companies, and I don't think Nintendo's really, like, other than the emulator stuff, right? They're just better at keeping it hidden. That's probably true. Yeah. You're probably right about that. Fan emulators and Pokemon. How many Xbox apology tours are going to fix this blunder, or maybe another Phil Spencer pity party podcast and an Xbox focused show? It seemed to work last time. Yeah, Marcos, I think that people are getting to the point where I want to believe it. I want to believe that people are getting to the point where they say, you're full of crap and we don't care. Right? Another Xbox, inside Xbox, where they sit down and they have a little 20-minute round table where they act like the things that they're saying are relevant. And I feel like people are getting more and more to the point where they're like, you're full of crap. We know. And now we know. I said, if you don't complain hard enough here, it doesn't mean you're not allowed to complain about this kind of issue in the future. And the only one that trust, but I don't even put them above doing bad. Yeah, I don't put Nintendo above doing something bad. It just seems like they haven't done it in a while. Mostly because it's still ran by people who actually did games and know more than just executive choices. 8633. Okay, you guys are. Should you guys be dropping sauce in the middle of the stream here? What is that? 863326. I don't know. Do I want to look that up? I feel like I don't want to look that up. Yeah, I don't want to read the good guy Phil narrative again. He needs to go. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Phil. If maybe Phil's not a bad guy, right? But some bad things are happening with him there, and I don't know. But at that point, I also don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about the people personally to say so. But like, what do these companies need? You know, let's say you get out. Let's say you take out a Phil Spencer. What do you put in his place? What goes there? What kind of person goes there that works? A gamer? Somebody who doesn't is a gamer going to have enough pirated software? An AI robot. How about that? Let's put an AI there. Yeah, you don't become a billionaire by being a good person. I think Phil's leaving Xbox in a year or two anyway. He's good. But he can do a lot of damage in a year or two. Not to mention, Hawk, not only can you do a lot of damage in a year or two, you can also establish a roadmap that does bad for a few years to come. Unless he walks out the door and the first thing they do is turn around to each other and say, yeah, so we're not doing any of that, right? Which would be awesome if you had that. Like, imagine all the Jim Ryan stuff. Imagine if the day Jim Ryan left, you got a tweet. They put out some sort of a press conference from Sony and they said, yeah, by the way, Jim Ryan's out. He had an entire roadmap for things. We're not doing any of that. That would be hysterical. Spence says to go. How many Xbox releases were successful under his leadership? This guy? Wait, let me see this guy. Oh, this guy. I love this guy. Yeah, he's good. I thought you just meant pirated software, like we're putting an AI robot. Yeah, that guy's good. As he leaves, he'll be like, actually, the Xbox sold 170 million units. Are we playing games today? Yeah. We are playing games today. CT, I was saying this earlier. I don't know if you were here earlier. I don't mean for this to happen. I want to play Final Fantasy 16 and I want to play video games. But for the second time this week, I fully plan on, we'll start a little bit. We'll chat a little bit, and then we'll try and get into the game. Because I want to try and finish 16 before Paper Mario comes out. Like, I legitimately want to try that. I'm not planning this stuff. And then, what happens before the stream? I wake up in the morning, and Drake is beefing with Mike Pollock. And Sony is getting crapped on for Helldivers, right? Sony is trying to step on our democracy, and Nintendo has announced the announcement for the announcement of the next console. Might need a bonus stream. I might. Yeah, second time this week, and it's only Tuesday. Hey, D. Yeah, I'm not doing it on purpose. Yeah, feeling like Pete Diddy. Wait, Sony and Microsoft are out there, upset fans. Nintendo's in the corner playing with building blocks. And you know what? Lilac? We're having fun with those blocks. You know? That's a good analogy, Lilac, because the blocks fundamentally are way more simple than any of the other stuff that Sony and Microsoft are doing, and yet they're so much more fun. Right? Isn't it? Right? Isn't right? Sony and Microsoft are over there. They've got their Kinects. They got their Bionicles, and they're fighting over which ones are whose. And then Nintendo is sitting there playing with blocks, and we're having the best time we could possibly have. Until Nintendo sues trees for trademarking blocks and wood. Update on Drake and Kendrick beef. Drake lost. He lost hard. I just want to break from all these news lately. It's not even E3 time. Linky, there is no E3 time. Not anymore. No, I know what you mean, Linky. It's we talk about it just because it's something to talk about, but it does get exhausting. It gets exhausting, just and at least at the very least, here's the thing that I think is kind of interesting with this. At the very least, you can engage in this and it's separate from gaming. That sounds kind of weird, but this is not some controversy where we need to worry about which games we play, right? We don't need to worry about the fact that we try and play this game and then all of a sudden we're getting yelled at, or there's some nonsense, or the unethical practices means that the games are unethical. So we have to, right? Because you know what happens? You know what happens whenever that happens is now we start looking at all of our games. Right, you get a level of whataboutism where it's like, oh, I don't play this game because Microsoft is terrible, and then people start saying, well, why are you playing this game? Isn't Sony terrible? And why are you playing this game? Doesn't Nintendo sometimes do terrible things? And at least this is kind of like separate from gaming, as weird as that sounds. And if you want to ignore this and just play video games, I feel like you could do that pretty confidently. I feel like you're okay to do that. Tell the corporations. I tell you, Dragon, this it's quite a contrast. Sony and Microsoft are bleeding money with all eggs in one basket and blaming everyone but themselves. Nintendo literally announces the Switch has been bigger than themselves. Apparently, the system's powerhouse is still a problem. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild that they announced that at the meeting that apparently like Nintendo in the last 8 years has made more money than the rest of their entire existence. Right, they from Hanafuda cards to the Wii U, they've never made more money than they have with just the Switch and their movie. To be fair, and their IPs are huge. So yeah, remember when Nintendo was supposed to go third party? God, good times. At this point, you don't need to boycott anybody. Sony and Microsoft are killing themselves. Oh, we don't need to do anything. Yeah, Nintendo should try Love Hotels again. That would be great. I love. You know what? Love motels. Each motel room comes with a vibrating bed and a Nintendo Switch that you can play. I'm down. Okay, but We're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'm gonna go get some coffee, and then when we come back, we're going to play more Final Fantasy 16. We are, aren't we at like the Bahamut fight? So we're gonna be doing, well, we're at a big fight. Let me not say, hold on, let me not spoil anything. We're at a big fight today. So I think so, right? For when you want to smash and then smash. You know what, Latimer? I like that, but I'm not sure which one came first.
Take it off!
Answers intensified. Yeah, sorry, Trios. Trios, to be fair, you don't know the context, so you're okay.
You suck.
All right, but yeah, give me a few minutes and I will be right back. me go back up here or something. Did Atlanta joke almost ruined it? I hope you highlighted that fight you did yesterday. I have the part on YouTube. I forgot to put the part live today, but I do have that part on YouTube. I've been doing pretty well with that. I've been doing pretty well with right after the stream wraps up, and I turn it off. I give it a minute just to make sure that it's okay, and then I export it over to YouTube. I just forgot yesterday to make it. I'm trying to make it so that the streams go live the next morning, like 10 a.m. Eastern. I think that's around the time that I want to start doing that. That way on the East Coast, it's at 10 in the morning. On the West Coast, it's at 7 a.m. So if you wake up, you can see it there. And in the UK, it's going to be like, 2 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon. And I think it's 2 in the afternoon in Iceland and 3 in the afternoon in UK. That way, it's a little bit more, it's like early afternoon. Updating my card. And Marcos, it's been a while since I've been this heated. Sorry if I came off too aggressive. No, don't worry about it, Marcos. I don't want you getting mad at anybody here, and I don't want you getting I don't want you getting so upset. You're right. You got to grab your blood pressure medication, but it is frustrating. You're not wrong to be frustrated about all of this stuff. USS Euphoria. Updating my card shows relatively painless. Now I need them to charge this month's bill, and I'm going to update all my other stuff that uses my card. By the way, spoilers. I saw people talking about spoiler culture in different parts of the world, like how Japan spoilers are less are less the what and more the how. So they don't care that, oh no, this character died. The spoiler for them is how it happens, which is fair. Anime tend to have spoiler and title cards like, yeah, Majin Buu is finally defeated. Yeah, they're more about the how, because to them it's more important the path to get there, to get to the point rather than the point itself. Unless you're talking about, because it wasn't Japan the place that we were talking about where when it comes to like visual novel stories and stuff, they go off on spoilers. Wasn't it Japan where there's one of those things where the spoiler culture is like you could legally get in trouble if you spoil a visual novel or something there? Planning on leaving 30 minutes early. My coworker's running 30 minutes late. Of course. Question, is it me or does 16 look like Monster Hunter World aesthetically? I don't think you're wrong. To be completely honest, when I look at 16, if I was going to compare it to anything, as odd as this sounds, considering I didn't play that much of this game, if I look at 16 and I think it looks like anything, I think it looks like Dragon's Dogma. I don't know. For what I played at Dragon's Dogma 1, I was like, yeah, this is kind of what I see. I find again, I think this is strange to say. I find Monster Hunter to look more vibrant than 16. So I see less like when it looks like a sort of drab-ish fantasy world, I kind of think it looks more like Dragon's Dogma than Monster Hunter. Dragon's Dog, man. So that's why the Japanese version of commercials tend to have spoilers in them compared to the West trailers. Compared to West trailers? Launch Elden Ring. Yeah, it ain't happening. Not yet. Getting around spoiling a story as undermining a sale. Yeah, you can interpret spoiling a story as undermining a sale. Yeah, I thought it was like Japan that we had talked about, where spoiling stories over there, particularly visual novels and stuff, was like a big deal. Okay, hang on. Oh wait, I don't know if a DNS server can't be used. I tried to download Warzone today. Why can't I download this game? I don't know why I can't. I had to like find Warzone, and then when I tried to download it, I started it before the stream, and then I got a notification maybe 5 minutes later, and this is what it's saying, that now I can't. A DNS server can't be used. The DNS server didn't respond within the time limit. If you selected manual under IP address settings or DNS settings when you set the internet connection for your PS5, verify that primary DNS and secondary DNS are set correctly. Am I downloading the wrong version? I don't know what I'm supposed to download when I do this. I don't think I'll dox myself by doing this. Hold on. Cancel and delete. Okay. So let's go to the store here. You have to download the MW3 version. MW3 version. All right, so let me take a look here. Oh, no, hold on. War. Why doesn't it save the fact that I've typed in Warzone before? Okay. MW3 is Warzone 2. Oh, no, not yet, because we're not getting into 16 yet. All right, so I searched this. I downloaded this before, I thought. That's it. But I thought I downloaded this, and then when I went into it, there was no Warzone setting. We're download. See, okay, this is what popped up before. What am I supposed to download here? It's not Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. That you need the game. You need to buy the full game in order to play multiplayer. I want Warzone. This is what I clicked on before. And I tried to install this. I have no idea. Warzone. This is what I downloaded. And that is what errored. That was the thing that you saw, that you said I was downloading the wrong thing. That was the icon that you saw. I did this and I hit install and it didn't work. I don't know what I'm supposed to be searching for. How I found that before, this is what I did here. I went to view product. I went to this, and then I went to these, and I hit Call of Duty Warzone. This is what I downloaded before, and it didn't work. Look, it's doing it again. Is it? It's not this, right? This says full game. This says add-on. I have no idea. No, I don't think it's on my console. I hit delete. Download the top one. That was what I tried to do before. But that's the full game. I don't want to buy that. That's this. And then this is where I got to before. Like I've never seen anybody make it so complicated to buy their game. This is almost as bad as the Disney this is almost as bad as navigating Steam Speedstorm in order to figure out where to do things. Hit install and see what happens. So that's what I'm on. Install. This is what I did, and then a few minutes into it, it errored. That was the error that I had when I started. For the life of me, I can't figure out how to do this. Why isn't there a big thing that just says Warzone? It should be a separate download anyway. Yeah, select version. Good times. And it's going to do it. I think it's going to do it again, too. It's so, like, why do you make it so complicated to download your game? Imagine buying your games without going through hoops, tunnels, or holes. All updated. I remember to update the card on my Amazon order that hasn't been charged yet. Look how long it's taking. And this probably got to like 10%, and then that's where it errored out. That error that you saw at the beginning was this. It was me downloading this, and that's what said something about DNS servers, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Is this like a PSN problem, or is it this confusing on Steam? Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. That's on you for using Sony's download speed. Well, you know, I can't really change that, so it's not like I choose to do that. Imagine putting the game on the system and pressing start. Guess I'm getting old, huh? I mean, I played it before, so it's just a matter of me wanting to. I just kind of wanted to pop into it again and see how well it works. All right, so let me. Final Fantasy 16. Okay. That's okay. If you hear the track, it says server. Oh, okay. All right, so we're in. We're in it now. Let's get back into it. What do you mean 38%? It's like 38% of the area that I'm in. It's kind of weird the way it does it. Boom, boom, boom. Now I'm going to pay attention. Because I get updates on my phone. When if I download something, I'll get an update on my phone that tells me when it's ready. That's how I knew. I got an update on my phone that said, Call of Duty failed to download. Here's the problem. Okay, so we're going that way. Let me look around, make sure there's nothing here. Hey, Kia. Go through all my updated stuff with my mom and realized I have to update my card on all my consoles. Yeah, you definitely have to do that one. Got to make sure you're ready for Paper Mario.
We might be able to get up through the building.
It's worth a try.
Yeah, we get it, Dragoon. You have money. We're jealous. Okay. So we got this. No. This one. There we go. Has any mainline Final Fantasy game ever said the words Final Fantasy out loud? That's a good question. I don't think so. I don't think any game has ever done that. This early. Oh no, if we don't stop the gigantic meteor from destroying the planet, this really will be our Final Fantasy.
Is someone there?
This is your chance. Kill her.
It's you.
Kill her.
What happened here?
Kill her.
He tried to take him from me.
Oh yeah, your name if you name your characters Final and Fantasy.
My darling. Darling boy.
Just me, or is this UI
The child you
very
made,
common?
Emperor. Why, Mother?
Isn't something
Why
saying
did you
if you
betray
show me
us all?
this, I would
You
not
had
say
no
Final
right.
Fantasy. Yes, kill her.
Answer him.
No, you missed. Keep going.
We took you in, savage. Show some respect for those who raised you.
Just kill her. Please, for me. Do this for me.
Honorable Elwyn, always thinking of his precious homeland. But what worth is a homeland in a world beset by the Blight?
Father did not seek to protect his country.
Oh, somebody mentioned the
He sought
Blight.
to protect his people.
Of all the people to bring it up.
His duty is not to protect his people. It is to protect the source of his sovereignty. The noble blood that runs in his family's veins. So long as this bloodline remains unbroken, what does it matter if a nation falls? One can always found another. Unlike him, I did my duty. I preserved my line.
Now, please.
I bore a son of the noblest blood, to whom the whole world might kneel. That is why I gave Rosaria to Sambrek, that I might join my line with the
Kill her, she has
and
a blue
birth
check
savior of
mark.
This benighted land, blessed by both Bahamut and the
Oh, she's
Phoenix.
unhinged. Kill her.
You sold your country for a child.
Why did he need another? You had Joshua.
I had nothing. You were always your father's son, so very strong and bold and daring, and yet you failed to awaken. Would that Joshua had been granted a tenth of your strength.
Why are we listening to her?
How the nobles laughed.
She's not saying anything of value.
Elwyn's was surely the son of a concubine, and my own, not long for this world. The shame
I mean,
of it.
you know,
The
get the
shame
kid out
of
of there
being
first, but
slandered by one's inferiors. How could you ever know how that feels?
see, you were wrong once you started looking at
Should've
people
been
as inferior.
you. Why didn't the Phoenix choose you?
Joshua's every waking Joshua's been trying to shoulder the burden that you and the Phoenix and the Duchy foisted on him. That's why I became his shield. To help bear the weight. But what did you do? You betrayed your own blood and surrendered your son to his fate!
It's good acting right there. It's chilling.
My darling boy. I never meant to hurt him.
But you did.
The soldiers' orders were clear. He was to be spared. Why did you survive?
Oh, she doesn't know.
The one I truly cared for died.
She doesn't know.
What? Have you not looked out of the window?
Wow.
Joshua is here. The Phoenix lives on. He's battling Bahamut as we speak.
She didn't know. This whole thing was based on her being a dumbass. Yeah, what do you mean he didn't survive? He's right there. Oh, well, wait, now. Hold on, he might be dead. Oh, hold on.
Joshua! Wake up!
I mean, the Phoenix is reborn, you know, eventually. And here goes the moron. I'm sorry, I just don't like him.
Shield of Rosaria. And I will do my duty.
What are you...
Come on, go all Super Saiyan 3 while you're walking. My name is... It says, thanks to this game, I call all the summons by their human names in things like 7 Rebirth. They should have had regular names. It should have been like, hi, my name is Steve Odin.
Joshua.
Oh. I shall take revenge on you, or my name isn't Jim Phoenix. I'm gonna summon the Earth God, Carl! Ooh, Mega Flare! Oh wait, am I in it? That looked like a combat command. Oh, I'm in it. Oh, this is it. Booze fight. That's right, Ronan. Booze fight time. Hey, wait, where's the rap song? This isn't good. Okay, so to be clear, Bahamut would be Drake. Because he's a dragon. What am I doing? And as usual, Bahamut is stupid overpowered. Hey, Ryan, Bahamut's so strong, he destroyed an entire expansion. That would make me Kendrick. Well, since I'm hopefully going to win, right? Isn't that relevant? How erotic. Yo, Uncle gets it. See? Right? Aren't I supposed to be Kendrick in all of this? I mean, if you destroy the heart first, that'd be kind of sick. You could do maybe you could throw Bahamut into the heart. Oh, so I don't get, like... Hold on. Woo! Do I have... How do I... Wait. Okay, I do get... Okay. Hello? Am I gonna mash square or something? You gonna give me a prompt? You can jump, you know. Okay, okay, I can jump. I don't do this enough. It's Oho! Or Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh. I've learned Spit Flare? That sounds unsettling. How does this work? Could you tell me how this works, please? Thank you. Clive has learned the ability Spit Flare from Bahamut. Press R2 and triangle to release a massive stream of light that sears anything in his path. Use L to aim. Press X anytime to cancel. Extended exposure to the flare will cause enemies to become partially staggered, canceling any initiated abilities. Maintaining the flare for its maximum duration, meanwhile, will result in enhanced finishing explosion. Okay, so canceling any initiated abilities. So if he starts doing some sort of charge or something, this is how I stop the charge. I think I'm hitting him, right? I'm hitting him. Ow! Ah, damn it. Yeah, I should have done that when the balls showed up. Ow! I hit the wrong button there. Okay. I keep doing the wrong thing. All right, here we go. Yeah, I don't have the hold square for the other ability. That's the one that I keep missing. That and the charging the fireball. Okay. See, this is kind of what I was thinking, where they were going to give me a very specific prompt for something else. Oh no! Wait, did that hit him? He looked like it missed Joshua and hit me. Yeah, here we go. He's fine. I might not be. You got flame. Yeah, precision dodge. What? I'll come back for you. Where are we going? Wait, what? Embodying the Phoenix again. Controls for the Phoenix are as follows. Move and aim, fire, charge. Wait, what am I doing here? Oh, I'm the Phoenix fighting, what's it called? Okay. So move and aim, fire, charge fireball, and evade. Okay, so triangle and circle. W. Not W, just triangle and circle. While fireballs and charge fireballs are effective against single targets, they may not be enough to nullify some of your opponent's more complex assaults. In these instances, use L while holding R1 to... Oh, hold R1 to lock onto multiple objects and release R1 to instantly launch volleys of fireballs at them. All abilities while available while embodying the Phoenix can be confirmed in the abilities tab in the main menu. Okay, so I want to do... No? Oh, wait. Okay, so that, like, charges. Is this like I have to keep hitting the button or something? Ow! Oh, so I want to do... Whoa, whoa, whoa! Uh-oh.
Your Highness, stop it! Please think of your people!
I can't see where... I can't tell how close they are. I guess the yellow is probably what I'm looking for, right? Am I supposed to be hitting the button there or something? Ow. Woo! Yeah, it kind of, the yellow seems to be like... Ow.
Where are you going?
Meow. Ow, ow. Oh wait, that. It might be easier to just shoot those. Probably not. No! Stop it! Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of Wings Zero. I was thinking of Panzer Dragoon. You know, that's a game that I never got the remake of that. I can't believe they still haven't done the second one or Saga. I keep getting hit with that. I think that last thing hits me.
Those things are growing more evil than I've ever seen.
Actually, I'm probably better off doing this. No, charge the thingy. There we go. Uh-oh. Brave of me to take a sip of coffee right there. Ooh. Man.
Clive! Thank the Founder!
It's Clive from out of nowhere. Nobody kills my brother but me. Ow, 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 ow. Mortal coil. Oh, no way. Woo! Oh! Oh, no, no, no! Oh, no way. Ah!
Good work, Joshua!
Woo! Whoops, I kind of jumped into those.
Clive! Get behind me!
Oh, no. Hurry up. All right, but I'm covered, right? I'm where I need to be. Cinematic moment. Meow. Woo! Got him. Are there more phases after this, by the way? I have that one other attack, but I don't want to use it yet. I'll have to wait and see. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Oh my god, aim it! Aim it properly! I couldn't aim it properly. Oh, I have no reason to save Spitfire. Okay, well, I was waiting for that other attack. A lot of the time they give you, whenever they give you like a special attack, it's because there's going to be a special reason for it. So I was I didn't want to burn it, and then I didn't have it, but apparently having it didn't help me anyway. Whoa, what the heck was that? Oh no! Woo!
Now, Joshua!
Oh, I was gonna use the Spitfire thing, Spit Flare, to finish him off. To his credit, there we go. To Bahamut's credit, if it was just one of us, and not both of us, we would have gotten dumpstered. So you know, us winning, Bahamut defeated. I feel like that. Is it weird that I don't think that was as cinematically impressive as the Titan fight? I just thought the music fit better. Like, that's not it, right? There's got to be more.
What now?
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, because he's going to take the heart of the crystal in, and then he's going to be, like, super powerful. He's going to be Bahamut Zero.
This is drinking the ether.
We have to stop him.
Yeah, did you get a cool new Spit Flare move? Use that. I mean, I don't think it's going to work. This is like the Tiamat transformation. I don't think it's going to help. Oh my god! Alright, we got dumpstered anyway. Wait a minute.
Joshua, are you alright? Damn it. You have to be stronger than this.
Come on, let our powers combine.
Show us your true power.
Trashed, Jerf. Trashed. Oh, here we go. Combiner Wars. Ooh. Ifrenix. It's the Ifrenix. Defeat Freak. Yeah, polymerization. There you go. Oh, it makes sense because we have terraforming, so we didn't need polymerization in order to combine. Vegito, no, they're not wearing the earrings. I mean, they might be wearing earrings. Ski Freak.
Are you ready? Ready.
Was it Freak? I thought it was Free. I thought it was a Ski Free. Cool visual right there. I like those wide out shots like that when they go slow so they kind of feel accurate. Oh, ow, oh my God. Oh, it's still called Bahamut. I thought it was called TM. I figured it would be Tiamat. Enhanced versions of most of Ifrit's abilities are available for use as Ifrit Risen. Space! We're in space! In addition to Wildfire, Ifrit Risen also has access to the ability Light Speed, similar to Phoenix Shift, allows for a swift approach to the target. Can be executed by pressing X? Okay, I thought it replaced the R1 dash. Okay.
How can we hope to match such power? By trusting in our own.
The hell? There's people on the ground. Like, what's happening here? Oh, I'm getting hit with those? Damn. I thought I was doing something sick. Wait. Come on, stop getting him. No, don't go. Yeah, here you go. Ah, damn it. Woo! All right, so can I do this? Oh my God! He pushed me back. He pushed me back, and I was just right back up in his face. What? Whoa. I almost hit the wrong button there. Yeah, there's got to be people on the ground. Like, what's happening here? Hey, cool fireworks tonight. I didn't know they had anything planned. All right, we'll go this way. It's the Path of Radiance. I had to use one of those fire light thingies. The X button that charges all the way up, that feels like it's almost unfair. Yeah, look how far back I was, and I used it, and I was just up in his face. I don't even have to aim it. It just automatically points right at him. Oh, wait, he moves a little bit. Oh, damn it. Oh, wait, I didn't know that was one of those charging moves. Ah, no way. So, what? What? I couldn't do anything. Okay. I couldn't tell what was happening, and then once I started getting hit, it was like a juggle. Oh. What do you mean press attack? I'm trying. Oh, they mean, okay. Here, do this. There. Whoa, 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 get around there. Oh, can you not? Oh, I guess you can't approach him in that. I thought I could get within the beams and then attack him, but it didn't seem to let me. All right, so this is that crazy. Okay, wait. Yeah, I can't, like, I couldn't tell what I was supposed to be doing there. All right, here we go. You go around it? Okay. Oh, I thought I would beat him with that. Damn, I was hoping to actually beat him with that. Get out of the lines, it'll tell it. Yeah, it looked like it was like following me almost in a way. I didn't know I could get out of the, I didn't know I could get to the outside of it fast enough. I mean, it doesn't seem to do a lot of damage though, to be honest with you. And everybody down there was killed. The end. Ah. Bahamut Zero. You never played 7? Zeta Flare?
Come on, Joshua.
This seems like a square mashing moment. Hold on, let me get my mashing position. Oh, it's the highest tier light magic possible. Whew. That was definitely easier than the Titan fight, assuming there's not another phase here. You know what I also find interesting that I've been kind of thinking about with this game? The experience scaling. That fight gave us 3,000 experience. I'm always used to like Final Fantasy games where that fight this late into the game was worth like 80,000 points. So it's just the love. I mean, I only have like 70,000 gil on me. It just kind of makes me laugh. Yeah, you should be getting like a million life, like a million XP or something. All right, you know what it's time for. Yeah, it's not really important. I mean, it's not important, right? You add a 0 to all the values and it all makes sense. If that was 30,000 experience or 300,000 experience, it would be like, yeah, that kind of makes more sense. That's what I'm used to at this point in the game. Well, no more seeing, feeling, and hearing for you. Oh, this is pre-inflation. All right. That's the problem. Yeah, like there was a danger of igniting the entire atmosphere, right? That was a possibility.
Joshua!
Clive!
This type of Bahamut would have been a super boss if he was using Zeta Flare. Actually, no, Ronan. If this were the super boss, he would have opened with Zeta Flare. And it would have been some crap where he does 2 of them right at the beginning.
I'm so sorry.
Only been used 3 times, only 2 in the Final Fantasy universe. First by Donald Duck and now by Bahamut. The others bravely default. Strongest form of Flare meant to drain the user's life force to amplify his power. Bahamut had help from the crystal's power. Oh, okay, okay.
I never dared hope that I would see this day.
Aww. Let's go kill Mom. It's the spell that actually killed Don. Oh, did it?
Last.
Hey, spoilers. Doggo! Yeah, first by Donald Duck is not a thing you think of with Final Fantasy attacks. Who was the first character to use this Final Fantasy attack? Donald Duck. Ah. Oh, wait! Did he get him? Oh, wait. Wait, was he already dead? I'm also confused. Wait, hold on. I'm confused.
It is done.
So the kid was never a kid. The kid was always Ultima.
House apart is no more.
Yeah, he wasn't real to begin with. That's what I was wondering. Yeah. Oh, is he dead? Oh no. I mean, I'm kind of happy he's dead because he kind of pissed me off, but he triggered a whole argument. But
The Mother Crystal. It's collapsing.
oh no, we've got 3 minutes to escape.
No. Wait.
Bum 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 bum. See, you said Metroid wasn't popular. How dare you? There you go. Take his power. Take his powers, Mega Man. Super Fighting Warrior. Clive. Super Fighting Warrior. Clive.
Can nothing be done to call them off?
Clive now has Metroid DNA.
Your Radiance, the Dragoons answer to none but His Imperial Highness. The Council is powerless to intervene.
Madness is this, Dion. Focus all efforts on extinguishing the fires around the capital. The city can wait.
Don't you dally, man. Go!
Your Radiance. And I want you to find out.
Come, Mr. Dally Man. Dally me banana.
By the light,
Uh-oh.
Dion. Have you taken leave of your
Oh, no, wait. Oh, no. That's not Dion.
Once.
Fear not. The populace will come to no harm at their hands.
I don't think that's Dion. Wait, what?
I am here to save you, Father.
Save me.
A creeping darkness hides in the heart of Sanbreque.
Oh, this is a memory. Okay, I'm very confused.
From your wife, the traitorous Annabella.
Not another word, Dion.
Father, though you may not see it, the darkness has taken hold of you. It has made you forget yourself. But I bid you remember, there was a time when you ruled not with cruelty, but with compassion. Why now do you
I don't
turn
remember
your
that.
back on your people? Why now do you seek to stoke the fires of war? You too have borne witness to this change, your eminences. And you know, as well as I, who is responsible for it.
Oh, I was drinking and I missed when it said earlier this evening. Okay, sorry about that.
And the master loses the power.
What?
Dion, you bear steel before your emperor?
Guards, take him.
Oh yeah, because when we got here, it was kind of already popping off, and we didn't actually know what happened.
Citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every
Yeah, normally we have like the
another can be built. Those
let's
were
have a
your
little
words.
chat before we start
But when
fighting,
the
and when
last
we
of
got
your
here, it was
citizens
already
has
jumping
fallen,
off. So
and all of their homes have been reduced to ash. What will become of your empire, of its rulers, of your god? As the mother crystals crumble one by one, and the blight sweeps in to claim all that we hold dear, our people look to their emperor for protection. Yet he labors not to secure their futures, but to seize what is left of the twins for himself. Even if it should come at the cost
Come on, Dion,
of
show us the
everything
twins.
His loyal citizens have labored to build.
Dion, you must understand.
oh
A small price to pay, is it not?
here
You've
we
been
go.
blessed with great power, Dion. Enough to win me the world. So go. claim Valisthea for me, brother.
Oh! He killed it! What? Oh, I kind of thought that was coming. Wow. To Dion. Oh, no way. I mean, he had it coming, sort of, but still. They have swords. Yeah, guards. Get in here. And literally not be able to do anything because he's very literally a dragon.
Doted on his children. That he would die to protect me was plain.
You have pronounced regicide. If you know the name of the king or queen being assassinated, press 1 now.
You did well to endure so long, but you broke in the end, as I knew you would. And now Muthos approaches. Put him to the proof. I would see if he breaks. Go, Bahamut. Kinslayer.
Ooh. How you gonna call him Kinslayer and not think of Game of Thrones? Yeah, so he set him off. Oh, he Sith-eyed him. He gave him the Sith eyes. There you go. Ah, now I have sympathy for him. See? That's what I'm talking about.
It's a long story.
Remind me to play the cutscene for you sometime. We should probably kill her just for good measure.
You cannot stay here, Mother. Come. Take my hand.
Oh, she's... Oh.
Get away from me! This is all just a dream, just a bad dream!
I guess the fighting came from the father's side of the family.
You will not take me, Shadow! You will not take me!
It's like clouding her eyes. I think she sees... Either that or she's just untrusting of everything. Wow. I mean, we were happy, but at the same time, we kind of weren't, because they do a good job of, like, you hate everybody, and then right as you find out that they're all kind of victims, you kind of feel bad, and it's too late. Like, I couldn't stand her, but she was kind of a victim like everybody else was. You know, Clive, I'm starting to think everywhere we go, bad stuff happens. She died as she lived, alone.
If it is consciousness that weaves your wills together, consciousness that blurs the boundary between your own will and that of others.
Yeah, she snapped. Last year, the
then
husband
we shall
son was killed.
set you apart once more.
Son was killed or realized it didn't even exist.
The ties that bind you shall be severed.
Yeah, she flipped.
And humanity return to its proper place.
That's why I don't blame her for that. That's the whole point. Is like, I don't blame her for that. I feel like she was a victim just like everybody else was, which is such a... Wait, primogenesis? That's what I mean. It's like the game does a really good job. Like, you hated all of these characters, and then right before they actually die, like you want them to, you find out that they were just victims like everybody else. They were all being manipulated. Hello, wait a minute. Yeah, I'd be untrusting. Shield thine eyes, children.
Don't you want to play? It's been a long time.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned here.
Men, you are as meek as all the others.
I mean, the game is labeled mature. Like this category for this game, it's labeled mature.
Feeble creatures.
Wait. Hold on.
Gifted the power of icons, yet slaves to
Yeah, no, the entire category is rated mature.
your doom. And so you bind your fragile wills.
No, I don't like
of consciousness. The wretched handiwork of a wretched people.
Wait, first it was Benedictine, now he's rock hard.
United at last, and for but a moment, their flame burned bright.
Wait, bring back Kupka.
Soon, Mythos shall become our perfect vessel.
Hold on.
And then shall the world be remade.
Not before the bonds are severed, of trust, of respect.
Getting better all the time.
Only when every strand of consciousness is cut away, may Mythos
Nah, we're good.
return
We're good,
to
Kia.
our side. By primogenesis,
Primogenesis.
shall all be undone. Mankind shall be rid of his wretchedness, and Mythos of his will. But while he yet clings to it, he has the power to forge bonds anew. And so we bid you, find Mythos, and sever everyone.
So,
To destroy that which has no physical form.
the one thing I'm not sure of yet,
Ask the impossible.
and I just give me a yes or no. Have they explained the Mythos thing? They haven't explained that yet, right?
Shall unite with Mythos,
Other than we think Mythos is Clive.
new world. So
Yeah, they haven't explained that yet.
remains unclaimed by humanity.
I mean, it feels like
Master.
Mythos is like a legendary being who has the ability to merge all of the creatures together. All of the dominants or whatever. Oh, I'm back in. Wait, I'm back.
We shall come.
Mother.
Big wheels keep on turning. Okay. Yeah, that's his mom. Is this a level select? That's the world map. Yeah, it seems pretty linear, but there is a world map. There is, when we're out of town and we need to go to a place, it works like dungeons or instances. Well, not instances. It works like dungeons.
Asleep since I returned from the Dominion.
The new Dominion,
Talia says he should be back on his feet soon enough.
where they're tank police.
For a while, at least. She discovered something on his chest. A swelling, circled in stone.
The curse.
Oh, isn't it like that little test that they give you? The little tiny needle that they stab you with and they look to see how it swells up?
For every
What test is
mountain you
that?
Climb,
Another arises.
It's not a TB test, is it? You ever had that? You get the little thing.
Never ending.
It's like a little tiny needle right under your skin. It's a TB test, right? Yeah, there you go.
Even the sky seems to have grown tired of it all.
Yeah, when you get like a full physical with shots and everything and they take blood and stuff, it's a little thing. They like insert the needle just under your skin and they inject something, and then it's like how your skin reacts to it. Things fall apart. Now things fall apart. Have you not been playing the rest of this game? Clive has claimed a portion of the icon Bahamut's essence. Attuning with Bahamut not only changes the elemental aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new iconic abilities such as Impulse, which creates multiple spheres of light that pursue a target, dealing it continuous damage. Ability details can be found in the Abilities tab in the main menu. Using Bahamut's iconic feat, Wings of Light, to begin casting Mega Flare, an immensely powerful spell that showers enemies with a deluge of searing light. The longer the spell is charged, the more powerful the results. Press R1 to cast the spell when ready. Taking damage while casting the spell will cancel the spell.
Tanya won't be happy if I disturb Joshua.
Hey, what's this about Bahamut's feet?
I might as well see what Otter.
So wait. Abilities. Bahamut channeled. I should have enough points. So it's points to power up some of my other ones, right? Oh, I have 3,500 points. Impulse is really good if you use Gouge while it's active. So the reason Bahamut's my favorite, while a lot prefer the spectacle of Titan, I think Bahamut's is a better show of power. They don't skimp on how strong the King of Dragons is, and we needed Joshua to win. But also the scenes leading to and after. Yeah, Lilac, I will 100% give you that. To address that really quickly, I think the Titan fight was more of a spectacle. I still didn't vibe with the rap song, but I still think that the rest of it was an amazing spectacle. I found the Bahamut fight to be significantly easier. I definitely thought that was a lot easier than the Titan fight, but the story and everything, particularly the stuff after, it was just incredible. Like all of that entire sequence of everything you learned and stuff was just phenomenal. Which again isn't really the actual fight, but for the actual fight, I like the Titan fight better, and I thought it was a bit more challenging, but just because it was a greater spectacle, I did think it was a more. I think it was more. No, you know what I would say? I would say that the Bahamut fight was a bigger spectacle, but I think the Titan fight, from a gameplay standpoint, I found it to be more interesting. I found the mechanics that I had to engage in, the dodging, the running up the arm. That was the Titan fight, right? When you're running up like the arm tentacle things. I thought that was all more interesting than anything in the Bahamut fight. I think the Bahamut fight almost felt like a tank and spank. It almost felt like just dodge and hit him. And then that's really what it felt like. I definitely felt like it was easier. But the Titan fight, the Titan fight was more fun. I had more of an enjoyable, engaging time doing the Titan fight. Okay, so aspect of flammable nullifies magic and deals continuous damage. That's Impulse. That's the Wings of Light thing. I can almost guarantee you I won't use that. I won't use that. This is the Giga Flare thing. Can you aim this? When you fire this, can you aim it? You know what the problem is? This looks really cool, but I'm not going to use this over the Flames of Rebirth thingy. Yeah, it does a ton of damage, but I'm not going to use it over the Flames of Rebirth. I think that has more utility, both with the fact that I can hit a bunch of different things. Like, this is a good boss fight thing right here. Yeah, you can aim Giga Flare. I think this is good for boss fight. I think for moment to moment, I'm gonna just use Flames of Rebirth. I never used this either. That looked kind of sick. I use Giga Flare myself, but that's just me. Yeah, I like. You know what it is? I like the healing aspect of Flames of Rebirth also. So I don't know. Like, yeah, this is probably better for a boss fight. The game is not permanently purple haze. The sky would now be that color for it. Really interesting. You fix the world as you explore it. So is that because we basically lit the atmosphere on fire? So well, hold on. What's all? Let me see if I can power up some of these. Rising flame. I feel like I can take. I like the rising flames, but I feel like I can take this off. But upgrade. This is. I don't use this, right? Yeah, I'm using this. I use Giga Flare and Judgment Bolt. The other two abilities. I use two other abilities, but you don't have those yet. Phoenix Shift. Oh, wait. I never powered these up. What's the... Oh, okay. I know what that is. So this is the grab thing. I feel like I should master this and just put it on something else. Somebody accidentally spilled grape soda all over the camera. Oh, okay. That's what you were saying about the grape soda thing. Okay. I saw you said that. I was like, I don't know. I don't think I understand what that means. Upgraded. All right. So these are. Okay. Yeah, because the problem is, like, which of these am I going to put on? Am I going to take this off? Am I going to take off the Titan guy? I feel like the Garuda one is kind of good. I really need to sit down. I use Phoenix, Garuda, and Bahamut Ramu mix my... Yeah, see, that's what I need to do. I need to really sit down and think about mixing them all up. And these are the ones that are just on, right? This is everything that's just... You just have them. I should probably just master that. Oh, this is the limit break thing. Do you not get a different one of these? Do you ever get a different limit break? Because I don't think I have any more of those, right? No, right? So what's the point of mastering it? Add to... Oh, that's right. This is the add to fourth limit break gauge. To be honest, I kind of want to do that, actually. I think I want to do that. We'll leave it. We'll try some of these out. I gotta put... Hold on. Let me put on Bahamut, and then... we'll give that a try. And then I can set up, like, different gear sets. So, here, why don't we do this? Why don't we do... I'll just switch this one. Bahamut. There we go. Phoenix, Garuda, Bahamut. I put Raging Fist on Garuda with Gouge.
What's to say?
So we'll try some of these out. So, where am I going? I'm going... No? No. Almost. I almost did it. Right? Down there. Okay. I almost did it. I didn't do it. That doesn't count. I didn't go out to the balcony. I almost did. Oh, later, Shadow. Have a good one. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out with us. The treasure chests are crap for my room. I don't care about that. Oh, wait. Hold on. Might change the higher difficulties in New Game Plus. Given your layout, I think you never get to fully experience all your skills to the fullest. Yeah. I mean, that's always going to be my problem, is that I'm locked into the thing that I'm doing. And here's the thing, AGM. there's a good chance if I wasn't streaming this, there's a good chance that I probably would have taken like an hour at some point, and I would have just tried different combinations, and I would have just put things together. I would have went into that, what's the thingy, the combat test thing. I would have done that, and I would have taken like an hour, and I would have just swapped things around, and I would have said, oh, let me try and swap this and do that, and you know, see how we do. But I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? Oh, there was a plus quest? Hold on. Was there a plus quest? I don't see it. Oh, it's in the mail. Yeah, that's the only thing, is that I know I have all of these abilities, and... Oh, wait. Hello.
Still alive, are you? Go on, then.
Don't sound so disappointed. LJB91, thank you so much. In the hunt with a tier 1 subscribe for 11 months. One more month. Happy to support one of my favorite people in the gaming community. Always love listening to you give your opinions on games and hearing your excitement for them as well. Thank you so much, LJB. I very much appreciate that. One more month, and you go, and you one more month, and it's 12, and you get a year, and you get a cool little badge thingy. I think it's cool, but thank you so much. Okay. We're good on all this stuff. Only 1 month left. There we go.
You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
No, you can see me robbing you just fine. Oh, okay, there's a little plus thingy. Oh, wait, there's two? Wait, there's two of them. There's one here. And this one. Cheers for help dragging Blackthorn out of his dump the other day. Find yourself free. Maybe go ask the old bastard what's got him so hot and bothered. Okay. Yes.
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case.
Random side, I finished Hades, but now my card's working again and debating if I should get the early access. How much? Okay, so what is the deal with the early access for Hades 2? What's going on with that? I thought that was something that if you only like pre-ordered the game or something, apparently you can still buy it.
Blackthorn.
Blind the Thief was a fun boss fight in Link to the Past. It was a fun little sequence, right? Going down and getting them and bringing them up.
I just wanted to ask how you're getting on.
Yeah, early access is a scam.
And you might still be
no, Lilac.
Even after learning the trick of that cuirass.
Because when does the game actually come
Is
out?
there something else weighing on your mind? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
Yeah, we're calling it early access so that it's buggy and we can change things, which doesn't even seem necessary.
Still, you've got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me, the edge on it.
Easy there, buddy.
You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you?
Nah, not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it...
You got to try and sharpen it, and then right before it's sharp, you have to stop. And you have to keep making the sword think you're going to make it sharp.
Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword.
No, I'm not paying attention to your game. It's basically we released the game. We want to avoid backlash for bugs, so we call it early access. $29.99 will let you play the game as it's being built, being added every month or so, and will turn into the full release and carry over anything when. Okay, so here that's kind of my question, because I think this might be the kind of early access that I like, or that I can accept. So it's $30 to buy the game, basically. and you're allowed to play it now, but it's going to be the early version of the game. And then when the game is widely available everywhere, you're not going to have to buy it again. It's still going to be like the version that you have will just be converted to the final version of the game. Is that basically how it works? That's it exactly. So yeah, I'm not really a big fan of that usually. Just because it's always like an extra $30, and like Starfield was 3 days before. But this is kind of interesting. You're not paying extra. You're buying the game, which if you liked Hades, you're probably going to buy the game anyway. Sure, you're doing an early build thing, so if you don't like that, then just don't do that. But some people do like that. They like being part of the quote-unquote development process. And then when the game is complete and it's the final version of the game, you're just going to have the final version of the game. Yeah, it kind of sounds like paying to be a playtester, which does kind of suck. But again, you're just buying the game early. I would say that it's more you're paying to be a playtester if when the final version of the game came out, you have to buy the final version of the game. That's where I would be like, wait a minute, that sounds kind of like the early access, like I said, for Starfield or for some of these other games. That was $70 plus $30 more for the game. Now, let's say it was $70 to buy the game, but if you pre-ordered the game or if you prepaid for the game, then you got to play it a week before everybody else. I'm fine with that, actually. I still think that it sucks that you're the beta tester. You know, hey, Call of Duty's ready. I still think it sucks that you're kind of like the beta tester, but I do appreciate that at the end of that beta test, you just get a copy of the game, right? It's your game to play. My only other issue with that is that's only available for the people that are playing on PC. Because if you're planning on buying a game on the Switch or the PS5 or something, you can't join the early access. That's the only thing I think kind of sucks about that. But yeah, it's not like you're paying $30 for early access and then you have to pay $50 when the game comes out. You know what I mean? That's what Starfield did. And I keep saying Starfield, and I know other games have done that. What's the other game? There was another big game that did that. That gave everybody like 3 days or a week early access, but then it was broken half the time. They admit it's going to be different than the final build, which is always true. I mean, that's literally the point of the development phase of a game. Not everything will translate to the full game, but it does give you the full game when it releases. Not to mention, as a content creator, it's kind of worth it. Because I could stream, right? I could stream the build of Hades 2. And everybody else can say, yeah, I'm not going to buy this in the pre-built phase. So I'll just watch it. Suicide Squad was the one that did that. Hades 2, by the way, the god Apollo is voiced by a VA called Colin Ryan, who voices he voices Alphinaud. The plan is the game will be developed and updated for 1 year ish. Hades 1 was in early access for 2 years. That's the problem there is that it is kind of long. If I bought into the game right now and I played early access, how much of the game is done? I'm not playing one stage, right? Is there a story? Is there a full story in the game? Is it fully voice act? Like, how much of the game is accessible right now for early access?
You're looking well.
Anthem was another one that had broken early access. I mean, Anthem was so hyped up and it ended up being such a mess.
Single-edged and extremely sharp.
It's pretty substantial.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
I have to teach Blackthorn how to edge.
I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight.
Yeah, you just can't finish the story yet. Which, I mean, you have to complete the game 10 times for Hades.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people?
You're not going to finish it right now, Dragoon? Hades 1?
Likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine.
Edging practice.
Stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Delmechian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, and he's a touch eccentric, if you take my meaning.
I don't take your meaning, because in this world, that could mean a lot of different things. He could be a weirdo or he could be a maniac. I'm going to need you to be a lot more specific. This way. I'm going to 100% Hades. Hopefully the sequel is out by then. Would Deltarune also be considered early access? I guess, but Deltarune was free, wasn't it? Or it was like dirt cheap? Anyone remember Evolve? I thought Evolve was popular. Wasn't Evolve, like, isn't that a game that was going for a while?
You're making them skies then. Otto, how fares the realm? The realm? Oh,
He's just fun as long as a result runs start to bleed into each other. Side orders too strong suit was long enough to be worth it, but now so long the runs bleed together.
He's with your uncle in the Free City.
Yay!
Helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply though.
Let's go see our uncle. Come on, I love him. He's awesome.
Good news. Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things.
Who else
Could
should
be
I
that
ask?
They don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I really want to play 16 and Hades too, but I still have Rebirth to finish just for Stellar Blade and Paper Mario this month. Yeah, I'm not even pretending that there's anything in front of Paper Mario at this point. There's no point in even acting like there's another game that's going to take precedence. A reminder, by the way, to everybody, the weekend that Paper Mario comes out, starting on that Thursday, we're going to be doing a bunch of extra long streams. Thursday's going to start at normal time, and then that's probably going to go a bit longer. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they're going to be mostly all-day streams, probably starting around 11 a.m. or noon, going for at least 8 hours, I would say. We're going to be trying to beat Paper Mario that whole weekend. I still don't know if I'm going to do anything different. I still don't know if I'm going to do, like, not a subathon, but I still don't know if I'm going to try and, like, add some sort of incentives or something.
You believe there's one to be found?
Pick a weapon, add one level of conditions, do a run, return, swap weapons, repeat. I mean, that's kind of... The thing with Hades is that you're right that the runs themselves blend together. When they start to blend together, the focus of the game at that point becomes... finishing the runs because there's another piece of story. You have to beat that game 10 times in order to get all of the pieces of that story.
Mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether, but not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks.
Oh wait, destroying I actually didn't know that. Destroying the mother crystals is de-magicking the other crystals?
Folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even
the planet's crying, Clive.
Would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers.
Wait, why did I talk to her? I thought I was. I talked to her. I wasn't even thinking. This is main story stuff.
To crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm.
Yes, Einherjar.
The world,
Valkyrie profile.
in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
Yeah, this is main story. I actually didn't mean to click this.
A castle of
not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
Yeah, but can he afford to spread himself and his army so thin? There's more story where you can resolve the War of the Gods, so you need... Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. They did add some extra stuff to that. They did add some extra stuff to that. Alright, so... What am I doing? Oh, I have to go to Dalamil. Wait. I'm supposed to be leaving. Right, I can do this. Dalamil? Wait, can I go here? Oh, I can't even go here. I can't even okay, so I can't even finish it now. Okay, so I took that quest. I can't even do it yet. Alright, that's fine. Right? Because there's nothing else in here to do. I gotta go to the Dalamil place. What's that other plus quest? Hold on. That's here. Weird science. Oh, without saying anything about Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, I'm enjoying the remixed music. Did you see they added another clip today? They put up a clip of when you get the curse chest. They posted a video of that. It's this way and then down, right? Yeah, that's a mid quest, right?
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
Never.
I need to finish talking through some of them. Yeah, I need to open up. Because the rest of it is here. And they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. And they're running. I don't want people talking about it. I've been avoiding anything. Yeah, I know that. And AGM, that's what I was saying. We had talked about it before. Normally, I think I don't want to see anything. I want to be surprised by everything. For this game, for Paper Mario, I don't show me as much as you want. I don't care. I want to see it all.
Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
It's more, you know what it is, AGM? I mean, if you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. It's more just how it looks. So talking about it doesn't really change anything.
Bunging a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the
That's
stuff
Ninja Side
needed
Order.
for,
Me too, Kia. To be honest with you.
I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
Yeah, why not?
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. Alright. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
So I need to kill a bomb king. Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
Alright. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh?
They gave some treats after. I'm watching help make YouTube videos for someone playing another Crab's Treasure, the Crab Souls like. It's a really cute, fun game. It does have the Souls slowness, which you can mark up to being under the sea. But the difficulty feels a lot more scaled back, more like Kiddo's first Dark Souls. The one thing that I saw about Lilac, did you see the Lost joke with the bottle of like window cleaner? Did you? I saw that joke. I was like, oh, come on, man. All right, so I got to go kill a bomb king thingy. That's what he wants me to do. He been hit with that? Yeah, that's funny. That's just nonsense. Whee! Part of me wants to watch Lost. I feel like I've been watching. What's this? And I feel like it's watching. I feel it's like watching a canceled ARG. Just gonna be disappointed. Lost, like the TV show. I liked Lost. I thought that it was good. Are you gonna hunt for a bomb king? If so, I have a billet that might interest you. Yeah, I gotta find one. So, which one is it? Bomb king. I want that. Here, let me just look at them all. So wait, how do I? Curse breaker aiming for Imperial chase nearby wood, within which she discovered the ruins of a fallen ship. A beast akin to a great ball of fire chest, a soldier layer identified as a okay. Okay, so was I supposed to take that? Is there like something I'm supposed to do there? Oh, I just need to memorize it. Okay. Well, I need to... the Croc Sandbreck. Okay. So... I need to figure out where it is. Can I even... I can't even go anywhere else. I think I still need to do stuff before I can go anywhere. The... am I going... What did it say? The Croc? I don't know any of these places. Lost Wing, Orbital Downs, Bachland. Dalamil Inn. Where's the Legend of the Gobos? Yeah, is this something I'm missing? Am I just not seeing this? Or am I not supposed to see this yet? I mean, I can't go to any of these places anyway, so I feel like I have to just keep doing story until they let me leave. You can't keep hunting locations track. You just got to find one and kill it. Yeah, and that's kind of why I'm a little lost, because we kind of lost. Because every time I did these hunt things, I just kind of found the monster by accident. Actually, I think I did one before where I actually searched for it, but I think it just told me where it was. So yes, I think I'm missing something there. I'm not supposed... It's not nothing I'm supposed to take, though. Okay. So I just have to do story. But it's 546. Let's see where the story takes me. Yeah, because he's got the plus thing on him, so I feel like I'm supposed to talk to him about something. I did not see that. I rewatched Lost and I enjoyed it a lot more because I was able to binge it now. It's funny because I feel like that's the kind of show that was more enjoyable when you had the mystery in between. I wonder if... Oh, that's right. I gotta talk to him. I wonder if it was more enjoyable because you didn't have to worry about everybody telling you how much it sucks. Because that was a big problem with Lost at the time. Was like every time you mention it, it's like, oh my god, the show went gone downhill. It's like, I really don't think it's that bad.
Doesn't take a court astrologer to argue the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day, did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters.
What?
But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis.
Oh, I thought we were getting all biblical.
Connected.
Wait.
That Ultima was one of the gods responsible.
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
I don't know about that.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts.
It's almost like it's all made up.
Of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope.
Except possibly
Surely
one.
Not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
My little beard braids. Thank you for your kind words, sir. Meow. This is the first time I wrote himself as the biggest a-hole in history, which is normally weird. Normally when you self-insert, they're the hero. Yeah. How dare he write in a self-insert character?
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
Yeah, thank you, Clive. You beat me to it.
Actually, there are three.
Okay.
The owls arrived while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a cashier at her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and Erlong.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
All right, I'll take one. Jill, you take the other one. We'll send Torgal for the third one. Hello. You the hunt board. I don't know. I'm just kind of looking. Yeah. Moogle Plus? Wait, what's up? Is that a new Lilac, is that a new streaming service? Is that where I can watch all things Final Fantasy? Okay, so now you have access to the map again. Okay, so this is the Ignac guy. And then the bomb is in the other place. Yeah, but it's only spirits within. Oh no. What a waste of a streaming service. How are you going to say it's nearby and I can't go in there? Huh? Huh? So turn around. Whee! Uh-oh. What happened? Yeah, they all unlock now. Well, not the doors. I need the doors to open. What's that? The I wouldn't survive what? The bomb fight? Are you saying the bomb fight? Because now I'm taking that as a challenge. It's not inside. But it's over there, and I can't... So I just run around here? Maybe it's here. Yeah, like, it's in there, and I have no idea how to get to it. Oh, something else. Something else. Okay. This way?
My shop.
Yeah, I'm trying. The thing I need is over there. How the hell am I supposed to get to that? Is that outside?
Mummy.
It's inside. It is inside. We have to trigger a story event first. All right. So I'm probably not gonna. I can't do it. Okay. So it is in the building. All right.
Oh my.
That's why the. Oh, that's why there's a lock on the quest. Okay. Can I beat the? Can I beat? It might be too. It might be too early to. Too late to beat the bomb guy. Where was? Wait. Where was the? The bomb guy's here? Use the... See, it says that. Use the hunt board to locate the bomb king. There's nothing... I'm not supposed to, like, click something with that? I'm just supposed to look at it and go to where it says? Talking about the S-rank hunt. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get beaten up by an S-rank. Are there S-ranks here? Oh, my God. Yeah, there are. Yeah, this says the Croc Sandbreck. Okay. Is that... But it's not out here. It says it's here. Okay, so... I guess I have to leave. Did I know that said that before? Did I acknowledge? Did I know? It says here because this is where the board is. They won't show you where the hunt is on the map at all to track. Okay. Sandbreak is the top left part of the map? Sandbreck's up here. Up here? Did you not see that? Hold on. Look at the name of this quest that I'm hovering over. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What is? I mean, we're not gonna do it now, definitely, because we're at the end of the stream. But it's called Cock and Ball. If I want to take this quest because I'm hoping it's some sort of torture quest. It says here because it's where the board is. It won't show you where the hunt is on the map at all to track. Yeah, you can run across all the hunts now too. If you wanted, you could just get a map online. That's probably what I'll end up doing. She said top right. So like up here? Because Lost Wing, there goes North Reach. That's one of the places I have to go. Okay, so that's Eastern Sandbreck. Okay, so this whole place. Okay, so I'll just have to search around. Local map. And then I can click local map. Okay. There we go. So it's that. So you'd have to do that. And then... This is North Reach. It said, what did it say I was looking for? The Oh wait, there's a whole area here I've never been to. There's Baywatch. The Croc. That's what it was. Oh, so this is all... Wait. So it's all one big map? Is that how this works? No, I'm not going to worry about it, Lilac, just because we're going to wrap up the stream in a second. This all looks like one big map. Okay. I felt like this whole thing was so disjointed. And I wonder if it's here. I wonder if it's just because I've never been here. Yeah, we're not going to worry about it just because we're about to wrap up, but... Alright, so I have to come here anyway, so... So next time we'll see if we can run and do that. We'll probably do that first. We'll probably run and see if we can do the hunt first. before we move on to anything else. And this place I can't do just because it's not available yet. Even in 14, I have mixed feelings about hunting logs, but they're the most optional things ever. I mean, MMOs, you know, at a certain point, all MMOs just feel completely optional. Stop doing that. I'm pressing start. I don't want... Okay. Yeah, get off the map. Overwrite save data. Okay. Yeah, each area is like its own open world, but they are connected. Like theoretically, in this game, could I run from one area to the next one? Okay. So I don't get why Clive can't just note where it is on the map, where it is for you to check later, mark it on the map. I mean, I don't even think of that as a Final Fantasy problem, like a Final Fantasy 16 problem. I've said before, I think that the idea of having maps in games where nowadays I think you should always be able to click the map. I just think that seems like such a standard feature at this point. It's weird to me that games don't have that. Even games that wouldn't really benefit from it, it kind of feels like that's such a simple thing that you should be able to do. I think clicking and marking the map with your own locations, I think is a thing you should be able to do. I think that that's totally fine. Yeah, I wouldn't have known, you know, if that were the thing. And I don't know. I think that would have been like, I think that that's something that you should just naturally be able to do in games. Hold on. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. 1 second here. Oh, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay. What today was a thing? I mean, today was fine. What's wrong? What was wrong with today? Did you not like the stream today? Was I unentertaining for you? I get it. It happens. Like an ARR that an S rank has a chance to spawn if you cross one of its spawn points with a specific minion out, and it's not in its 72-hour cooldown. Is it? It sounds like War Mech from Final Fantasy 1. Bigger point is they still want you to find it, fine. But let me make a note when I note. Yeah, like if I look at the map there and I see the croc in Sandbreck, let me put a little marker there. And then when I zoom out to the world map and the world map has the different warp points, let me know which warp point it's closest to. So, okay, now I can remember that for later, and now I can warp right to that point, and I can run right there. Like, that's just a feature that I think should be common in video games nowadays. You know, you want to go back to Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and you want to tell me about limitations, that's totally fine. But we haven't been anywhere near those limitations in a very long time. This is why I always talk about that. This is why I always talk about quality of life upgrades and options to do things. We're well past the point where you can argue that we shouldn't be doing some of these things or we can't do some of these things because of any sort of hardware limitations or software limitations, right? There's no reason janky, ugly maps should exist where it's just a blank image. Like, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to mark maps. There's no reason a game shouldn't have a map. You know, it doesn't have a map because it ruins the No, it all games should have maps. Any adventure game where you're expected to look around and find items and stuff, every game should have that. They all should. I'm not talking about being able to mark on your map. I'm saying if you forget where it is, you have to go all the way back to the hideaway to check the hunt board. But that's what I mean. Like, it would be nice if you just took the hunt page with you and said, all right, let me put this in my hunt log. But you wouldn't even need to do that if you just marked the map. And then when you mark the map, it automatically said, like, I'm marking it for a hunt or something. Yeah, there's no way we can run games at 60 FPS. Good stream. Gonna play Cyberpunk 2077. Hope I don't get attacked when I buy a car again. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to play Warzone. I'm, you know what, in all honesty though, I'm probably gonna play it for like 20 minutes and then be like, yeah, I don't want to play this anymore. Marking maps has been a thing since San Andreas. I get having mixed feelings on GPS kind of maps where they even tell you where to walk. But marking is a different thing. You do it yourself. I think that was one of my favorite things about the Zelda games on DS was that